Welcome back to How to Souls. My name is Rach, and today we're going to continue with our walkthrough of Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. We are in the DLCs, and today we're going to tackle the Brume Tower with the Crown of the Old Iron King DLC. In my opinion, this is the best of the three. It's got the best bosses, but unfortunately, some of the enemies and the areas and the tricks and the traps, they really suck. So hopefully together I can help you get through this and help you get to the bosses, which in my opinion are the best in this entire game. Well, two of them anyway. So first of all, we are just going to quickly go over a couple of things. I'm kind of going to assume that there's some people that might be clicking on this that haven't been following the whole walkthrough. Maybe you missed my last video for Crown of the Sunken King DLC. But I'll quickly go over like our build and what we're looking at and why, which is the important part. We are sort of using the equipment that we're using. If you don't need this and you want to go straight to the walkthrough, I have taken the time to write some chapters, so all you have to do is just skip forward to the relevant section for you. So, yes, I went into great detail in the last video about our build, so I could direct you there, but I'll just quickly go over things just in case you can't be arsed, which I completely understand. So, this character, I am a hexer, mainly, so I've been leveling, my int and my faith are at 40 with a little boost because of my equipment. My vigor is at 50. Now that's like super generous. Like this character is really, really high level. We have a tiny bit into endurance. I don't even think, yeah, 15. We must have put a little bit in there. Attunement's at 40, which feels quite good. This allows us to have 93 agility, and this is what will govern our number of iframes in our roll. If you didn't know, melee characters get agility from ADP. Caster characters will get it from attunement. Attunement will give you agility. It'll also give you spell slots and cast speed. So yeah, 40 attunement and then int and faith. My strength is at 12, which I think was like, I put like a couple of points in there so I could one-hand the mace, which is very important for the DLC. So that's my character. I truly believe that like magic is so freaking easy in Dark Souls 2, especially hexes. They used to be even better, in fact, actually, when the game first came out. So I was showing, for my walkthrough, in my opinion, the easiest way to get through the base game. So that's why we're this character. Melee builds are great. Just as fun, if not maybe even more fun, because you actually see mechanics. But yeah, every build is viable. If you are not really sure where your build is going and you want a good place to start, just copy mine. Or you can ask in the comments below and I'm happy to maybe workshop some ideas. So yes, we're using hexes mainly, but we are kind of like an all-rounder. We can use some powerful sorceries, but not the most powerful ones because you need like tons of int for that. And we can't really use any lightning miracles, but we can use dark miracles, aka hexes. So we've got a staff and a chime. I've also got a pyromancy glove, but I don't really use that as much. Pyromancy is not that great in this game, really. It's quite underwhelming, really. There's nothing that's really weak to fire in this game that I can think of that wouldn't just be better using hexes. So I'm actually just going to take that off. Right, so the mace. Right, melee-wise. So, caster build carried us through the base game. However, the DLC, this is not the case at all. Everything in the DLC is so much harder than the base game. So we had to kind of switch things up a little bit. For this, I have leveled up a mace to +10. You can get this right at the start of the game from Blacksmith Lenigrast. So, I mean, it's so good. It's really good for a lot of areas in this game. The Ruin Sentinels, the Dragon Rider, the big knights in Hades Tower of Flame, and the Dragon Shrine. Like, the mace is just going to be really good against all, like, heavily armored enemies that are weak to strike. So that's good to have. And also everything in the DLC, obviously. The other weapon that I've went and gotten and leveled up is the Rapier. Now, the Rapier is like, it's like Dark Souls 2 Andy's heckin' like basic weapon, but right, it is so good. It's available right from the start, again, from Lenigrast. It's super easy to level up because it's just standard Titanite. It's got really, really low stat requirements, but we actually don't have enough dexterity currently to use it, but we will. There's a ring we can get where we can use it. But the Rapier's strength is in its speed. So the Rapier's a thrust weapon, which means we can pair it with the old Leo ring. I'm going too far in detail of it, but basically we've got a mace and we've got a rapier. Those are our two melee weapons that are kind of like our backups to casting. We'll be casting mainly, but there's a lot of times where it's going to be a lot easier just to use the melee weapons, even though I don't have any like melee stats. I've got like 12 strength and 8 dex. But even so, the melee weapons are going to be better. Purely taking advantage of weaknesses. Armor-wise, it doesn't really matter what you use. Just pick what you think looks cool. I really like the Black Witches set. I've leveled up a little bit for a bit more defense. Oh, I say a little bit. They're maxed. The chest and the gloves are maxed. The hat is +1. Yeah, always worth doing to see if your armor set can be leveled up. A lot of them are Twinkling Titanite, which you might not have like an infinite supply of, but like it's always worth seeing if you can get a bit more defense doing that. Being a caster, there's a couple of choices we have for hats. This one, the Black Witch's hat, gives the attunement of an extra spell, so an extra attunement slot, which isn't actually like amazing, but I'll take it. Rings wise, at the minute we've got Third Dragon Ring, which is health, stamina, and equipment loads. It's just an all-rounder good ring. Stone Ring, I was playing around with this to see if it would affect like stagger timing with my spells. I wasn't overall that impressed with it, but what it will be good at is everything in this DLC that we're using the mace on. We're going to use the Stone Ring probably quite a lot, so I'll just leave it on for now. Abyss Seal, this will boost our hexes at the cost of a tiny little bit of health every time we cast, which is fine. It's absolutely tiny. And the Ring of Steel Protection, just in case we do get hit. But I have a ton of health, so we could absolutely switch this out for perhaps a cast speed ring. Let me find that. Where is it? There. Clear Bluestone Ring +1, I think would be a bit better there. We could also switch out Third Dragon Ring. There's so much choice for rings in Dark Souls 2, especially for the caster, so there's not really a bad one to choose, really. They're all viable. Right, so yes, I mentioned we've got melee weapons because there are heavily armored enemies in the DLC, and then we've got the rapier because it's much faster. Both of these can be buffed, so spells-wise, let's have a wee look at spells just before we do go and get into the meat of the DLC. So I'm still like attuned for, we were fighting the Grave Robber trio, that's why I had poison. Right, we want, basically what I'm using is Dark Orb, and Dark Orb. And then we've got Great Resonant Soul, and I've got one more attunement slot left that I'm going to put Dark Weapon onto. So because my staff is in my left hand and my melee weapon, aka my mace, is in my right hand, I can now buff it with Dark Weapon, which, do you know what, isn't going to do much, but if I'm going to be using my melee weapon, I may as well make it do as much damage as possible. So that's our spells that we're going to be going into this DLC with. Mainly going to be looking to do most of our damage with spells, so we might switch over to the Lion Mage set, but I'm going to see how my Black Witches set does first, because I do truly believe that sometimes fashion is more important than function. But we'll see. Once again, if your build isn't really working, you can go to Things Betwixt, use a Soul Vessel, the old ladies where you first started the game, and you can change up some of your stats. Okay, time for the next chapter. Hello. Now we're going to talk about how to get to Brume Tower, how to get to the Crown of the Old Iron King DLC. So there's a couple keys that you have to get. The actual DLC is located just after the Old Iron King boss, but in order to get in there, you need a key. This key is called the Heavy Iron Key. But in order to get the Heavy Iron Key, which is in the Forest of Fallen Giants, you first need to open a door that opens with the Iron Key. So it's like a 3-step thing. We have to first find the Iron Key, and then get the Heavy Iron Key, and then we can access DLC. So first of all, Iron Key. It is right here at the very start of the Iron Keep level. However, when you first get here, all the fire is like turned on. So you can either do what I do and literally just like stick your face in the fire, grab the key, take the L and then restart. Or you can wait until later, turn the fire off, come here when it's safe, and pick up the key then. Okay, with the iron key in hand is the key to the iron door of the iron keep. So you read this key and it suggests that this castle sunk into the ground a long time ago. And you're like, where else have I seen like hints of like lava, like where a castle might have been? And then I guess you're meant to assume it was in the forest. Yeah, I am being sarcastic. Yeah. So now we're going to go to the Cardinal Tower bonfire. And here we're going to travel down to where we first fought the potentially first boss in this game. The last giant. So that is down this way and then down the elevator. Righty. And then it's this door here on the left. Now, I do apologize. I have obviously like already opened it all because I did a full walkthrough. But yeah, it's open. It's this door here. So in here we have these flame salamander enemies. Now you've seen these before. They spit like 3 lots of fire at you. Because we're a caster, we can literally just hide here and chip away at them. And then when you see them rear up like that, you can actually get like a big old crit if you manage to hit their tummies properly. I'm hitting his like armored face at the minute, so it's not doing as much damage. But if he rears back, you can get a really good heavy hit in, but otherwise stay really far away from them. We're actually just gonna, oh, that did no damage to me. What the hell? That did like no damage. That should do way more damage to you, but we're here quite late. This is an early area, obviously. So we're just gonna get them stuck in the door, and he doesn't seem to want to spit fire at us, but that's fine. Oh, there we go. Now he's gonna spit fire at us when I don't want him to. Hitting me with that chip damage. How dare. How dare. Now there's a third one there up there on the left, but maybe we might be able to skip him. There's a shiny here, I'm sure. Is he gonna... No, we're good. So your key is here. Is right here. And that will give you the access to the DLC. Where is it? You will pick up the heavy iron key. Big thick boy. You'll pick this up and it'll take you from the altar after the old Iron King to the DLC. Okay, so with the heavy iron key in hand, we're going to head back to where we fought the old Iron King. It's just down here. Past the bonfire. Don't touch the bonfire because it just warps you straight to Majula. You don't want that. Here we go. Right, so tentacle altar. Touch that. I realize I keep calling them DLCs, but I think most people are going to be playing this like the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, updated Steam version, Scholar of the First Sin. So like they're not even DLCs, they're like packaged with the game. But back when it first came out on PlayStation 3, etc., it was DLC and not everyone had it, you know, not everyone could afford it. It was like 35 quid or something. So it had this really cool mechanic where these rooms here, whenever you see like this in the 3 DLC areas, they have like these sort of tombstone-y typey. It reminds me of the Hall of Fame in Demon Souls. This is the sign written here is being channeled from somewhere far away. So this is a place where people who didn't own the DLC could put down their summon sign and be summoned into someone else's world who did own the DLC, and they could play through the content. They could like help other players through the content, like even if they didn't own it, which I think is just so heckin' cool. Like it's like game share basically. We're seeing that a lot more lately, aren't we? So that big door there obviously was what we used the heavy iron key for. We were able to get through there no problem. And right ahead here is our first boss. Just kidding. Ba-ba-ba-ba! Really cool fog wall because it like reveals like this as Brume Tower. And it's pretty heckin' awesome in my opinion. Just like this wasteland below. And like this big spooky tower. I love it. I love it. I love it. And everything you can see, we will go there. You can even see some enemies down there in the ash. It's super, super cool. A lot of these big chains as well. So if you're coming to Dark Souls 2 after having played Elden Ring, you might be like, Leo Point, big chain that we have to walk across. It's pretty cool. Whereas when I was playing Elden Ring, I was like, Dark Souls 2. So Be sure to pick up the Smelter Wedges here. The gimmick in this area is that you have these like Ashen idols, and they do like fire spells at you. A couple of them heal our enemies, which is not good. Neither of these things are good. So you use a Smelter Wedge to destroy the idols. And the first one is coming up pretty much like just up here. So we're going to light this bonfire. Rest if you need to, and we'll go over the idols. But what I'm going to suggest with this first one is that you do not break it, for one simple reason. There's 11. There's 11 of these, right? And they do this like sort of it's called outcry. There's 11 of these Ashen idols, right? You can hear the whisperings. They all have a piece of a soul inside them. And you can get 12 pieces of this soul to, you know, to put it all back together like a jigsaw and create the actual soul. If you're looking to get the platinum trophy for this game, or if you just think it sounds like a cool little side quest, there's a pyromancy that you can get from doing this, and you need all pyromancies for the platinum. So the reason we're going to leave this one till last is because the first boss in this area, the Fume Knight, does have 4 of these Ashen idols around his arena, and if he is standing near one of them, they heal him, making an already quite difficult fight almost impossible. This Ashen idol is right next to a bonfire, so we can really easily come back here later to pick up this one. Now what you could do is just drop down here, and that's actually the way to proceed. You can sort of like hug the left wall and go around like the corner there. But there's something very, very important for us just over there. So we'll wait till the firestorm's over, and then we're just going to head down this staircase here. Now this is where we're going to pick up a ring, the dexterity ring. This will give us 5 dexterity, which is freaking awesome because I cannot be bothered waiting for 5 levels to use my rapier. We're going to use that on upcoming bosses. So now we've got the dex ring, we can use the rapier. Also, I guess if you're a dex character and you're like, well, I don't have any other good rings, then I guess you would get a bit of DPS from the dex ring, from 5 more dex. So, there you go. But yeah, we're leaving that one from now, and we'll come back to him later. So we'll just pop down here. Pick up some balls. More balms here as well. Balms all over the shop here in the DLC areas. Okay, so more whispering. Here's our first enemies. So as you can see, armored dudes. They don't take a ton of... Do you know what? It's alright, actually. Damage is alright with the Dark Orb. It's better than I thought it was going to be. 323. 3 Dark Orbs. We have a lot of Dark Orbs. If you want to try and save some Dark Orbs, it could be worth maybe just finishing him off. Like 2 Dark Orbs and then finishing him off with a mace. Maybe. I love that you can still hear the creepy whispers from the idol. So we'll just take things slow. Try and take them down one at a time. I'm just going to do a 3rd orb on this guy because there's like 2 more coming. They have a jump attack, so we're just like that. Exactly like that. Stone ring there, I don't know how much the ring was carrying there, but we are managing to stagger them with every Dark Orb, which is really good actually. Dark Orb surpassing my expectations once again. Was that inside a little guy? It was like a soul inside a little guy. Be sure to break the little guys. Little Ashen guys. Over here, we're going to first just get this laddie. Right, over here, just pick up this rouge water. And then now I want to break every little Ashen guy. It would be cool if there was like a mechanic, kind of like Curse in Dark Souls 1, where you could see people's corpses in this area, but they were like Ashen, like frozen statues. That would be cool. So proceeding further into the tower. It's so cool. Oh, you can see a fog wall down there. There's a scythe +7. I don't think there's anything around here. I think we're good. Nah, we're good. The scythe, amazing in Dark Souls 1, disappointing in Dark Souls 2, in my opinion, but there's a +7. Should you need it. Oh, almost forgot that chest there. It kind of blends in, doesn't it, to the boxes behind it. Okay, in here we have, ooh, a Titanite slab. It's not like we have about flipping 30 of those. Oh, 6. We've only got 6. I was playing some Bloodborne the other day. I'm doing a BL4, like a no leveling Bloodborne. And you get like 1. You get 1 +10 weapon per new game cycle in Bloodborne. Dark Souls 2 be like, Dark Souls 2 came out a year before Bloodborne. Dark Souls 2 be like, hey, you want some +10 weapons? So right away, before the Ashen Idol has a chance to start casting pyromancies, we're gonna run straight up to it and pop that wedge in there. So that will cause the enemies to no longer be covered in ash. You may have noticed their ash like sort of came off there. And they're no longer buffed. And we get our first soul of Nidalee. So I mentioned there are 12 of these in total. 11 drop from the idols. One of them drops from the boss, the Fume Knight boss. So we're going to collect all of those because it's fun, and also because it's a walkthrough, and also because it's fun. So yeah, best thing to do with that is as soon as you come down the ladder, just stay where you are and then go straight for the idol. Here we have Dance of Fire. Again, I do think pyromancy is just a wee bit underwhelming in this game, but there's another one for your platinum collection if you want that. Yeah, damage is really good, but as you can see, we are really chunking through our supply of hexes. So we'll keep an eye on that. We do have, we got Great Resonance Soul, which obviously costs 500 souls to cast, so we won't be stuck. We won't be stuck. So here we're enjoying the view. I can hear like loads of armor like clinking. This lever here, opening this big heckin' door that takes so freaking long to open, we'll find a couple of these further along in the area. And they are as slow, if not more slow, than this one we've just pulled, which is a pain in the bum. Not gonna lie. Right, this guy had 2 old mundane stones. And then we have some guys. Is it just the one guy? Just the one guy, actually. Just the one swan, actually. So, just to be safe, we're pulling him back into this room, just so we can ensure that it is just the one guy, actually. It's not! I can see another one! I flippin' knew it! Always expect it! Okay, this guy has a shield. We're gonna have to get up and personal with the mace now. So get around the back of him for a backstab, and you should kill these guys in one shot, yeah. The mace +10, the backstab on the armored guys, it absolutely wrecks. Oh yeah. Okay, so we'll pick up this. Enjoying the view. Lloyd's Talismans, good for DLC. DLC? Good for PvP. DLC on the brain. Good for PvP. Or for opening mimics without fighting the mimic. But you should always fight the mimic because it's fun. In this illusory room, we have 2 normal chests. If you're still going around hitting chests in 2026. Oh, there's 2 soul vessels in there. It's like they knew that you would have some trouble with your build in Brume Tower and maybe want to try something else. Yeah, if you're still going around hitting chests in 2026, please stop, because in Dark Souls 2 there's a mechanic. If you hit a chest with enough force, it will destroy the item inside it. So there's a couple ways you can tell if a chest is a mimic. Number 1 is breathing. Number 2, it has teeth. If it is an iron chest, it has really obvious visual locks on the front of it. And And you'll see it if you know, once you notice it, you'll notice it. These little guys are carrying exploding barrels. So this sort of introduces you to, it gives you a wee clue for something that's coming up later in the area. We're just trying to like, they're scared of us. So we're just trying to like encourage him to go towards the fire so we don't need to waste spells on him. Oh, I might just like kill him. There we go. But yeah, so these black barrels, if they get hit with fire, either yours or environmental fire, they will explode, dealing massive damage, probably one-shotting you. It's not a good time. However, we can use them to our advantage in the area coming up ahead. So, make note. Really good if you have fire arrows. Oh my god, this guy was like standing in the fire and he's almost dead. He's standing in the fire. Amazing. Yeah, if you have a bow and you have fire arrows, you can really control these guys a lot easier. Whereas I don't have pyromancy equipped at the minute, so I'm at the mercy of like trying to sort of coax them back into the fire without getting blown up myself. There you go. Just an easy way to take care of them. But yeah, it gives you once again another little hint as to how those guys are going to work for us. Okay, so this bit we like slowly descend through each platform. At times we can kind of like look down, so we'll fight this guy here, and then, oh, can I target please? Thank you. We'll fight this guy here, and then we can kind of look down and maybe get the next guy before we go down there, because we're range. Again, if you have a bow, it's even easier. Bow or a crossbow. I'm liking the stone ring. I think we're gonna keep it until the bosses anyway. If you have, okay, binoculars could be a good idea here. Let me pop on the binocs. It'll just allow us to aim a little bit better than with targeting. Oh! Rude, you're not meant to hit back. Alright, roll out the way. Okay, so that's him down. And we can head on down to this laddie. Yeah, our cast speed is fast enough just with clear bluestone ring that we can keep them staggered. However, look at my dark orbs. We're absolutely burning through them. Right, it's not got teeth, it's not breathing, it's not a mimic. It's a Kestis +8. I actually don't know how to pronounce that. Kestis? Cestus? Castus? It's a fist weapon. I do like that you're finding stuff that's already pre-leveled. So, first bonfire. Well, second bonfire. And not a moment too soon. So, no reason not to rest here. Recover all our spells. Recover my strength. Before we do the next area. This door here will become a shortcut later on in the area. And this bit here, we will access the other half of this area later on in the area. However, we can still apparently get shot by the stuff on the other side. But we'll just pick up that twinkling titanite. There's an important item in that room if you are having trouble with Fume Knight. There could be an item in that room that might help you. And we'll go get it eventually. We sort of take the long way round to get to it. Right, so this big circular rim will be here a few times. This lift eventually will be functional, and we can ride it. But for now, we're heading this way down this ladder. But I'll just point out as well, there are literally like 1, 2 like other elevators. This tower has like just so many elevators, as well as the door over there that we can access once this elevator is functional. So yeah, lots, we'll be in this room a lot. But for now, we're going through the only accessible exit, and that is down here, down the ladder. So we have one of these little battle guys and a trap door just behind him. Oh, I didn't even have to do anything there. So the idea is to tease him into falling down the trap door. Now he is in this room full of baddies. This is one of the nightmare rooms that I was telling you about before. The idea to make this a little less rubbish is to encourage these little guys to fall down into this room and steer them towards big lad that is leaking lava. Something about his shoulders, they just like leak lava. So if we can get these guys close enough to this guy, he will explode them and it'll do most of his health in damage. So that's the idea. You can, of course, just drop into the room through the trapdoor, but I recommend going this way. Because there are more of these laddies. This door does open. Here we go. More of these laddies. So we'll direct them from our scary... They're scared of my hat. I don't know. Direct them through the trapdoor. They will not fall. Oh, they will fall down. Ah. So that's 2 of them down there. We've got the 3rd one here. I'm scared to roll because I don't want to blow up his barrel. But there you go. Sort of herd him like sheep till he goes through the trapdoor. Now, this is the bit that's kind of RNG and kind of frustrating, but let's see if we can just get this guy. Nice. Okay, we got that guy. So there's big guy, and then we've got 1, 2, this guy up there will... is he going to shoot at us, or is he going to drop down? There's a bunch of them, and we got an Ashen idol at the back there. So we can rush the Ashen idol and like we can get some iframes while we are doing that. But what I did before is I literally just like did this, which scared them away. And also it made the big guy kind of come towards us. Alright, he's not really taking the bait. Might be able to get this guy though. We want our little guys to be... Oh, no, don't get... Oh, we got one. Oh, yes. Oh, he must have blown up 2 there. Oh, that's perfect. That couldn't have gone better. That could not have gone better. I think he hit 2 of them. And they both blew up. I'm just going to stand here and heal. No. That's because the explosive barrels went so perfectly for me. I was like, okay, we can't die now, right? Right, I'm trying this again. I just like sort of peeked down the ladder just to sort of like pique their interest. And then they sort of trigger and they start like moving and that. But I think this is the case of like, we got so lucky last time. I'm never going to be able to do that again. So the best we could hope for is like to just get down there and try and chip them off. Get down there and try and direct the explodey guys in a 1v1. This archer in the back is way more annoying than I was expecting him to be. Right, okay. So we can sort of do this. Try and direct them over there. Just sort of keep our distance. I think I'm going to go back up the ladder now. I hate this room. I hate this room so much. There's actually a worse one coming up as well. Oh, okay. We got him close. Let me just tell you what. Let's switch to Great Resonant Soul. Let's go all out. I've run out of souls to cast that with. Not bad, not bad. Be better if we got one of the little guys to blow up, but yeah, not bad. Did they blow up? Oh no, there's one there. I don't really want to fight him. Let's go for the wedge. And then maybe in the confusion. See, it's buffing them. It like covers them in ash. It's buffing them. I believe it's like a poise buff. Right, see if we can get you to go over there. Ah, man. So his like shoulders like alternate which one is like breathing fire. Oh, we got the other one dropped down. I'm just gonna head back up the ladder again. Where it's safe, and maybe you'll turn your back and one of the fiery guys will blow up. There's one so close. Okay, we got another guy down. That's good, that's good. They're all sort of milling around. See, this is why I was so excited last time. I was like, oh my god, it did it. First try, let's go. And then I died because I'm a scrub. Alright. But yeah, we're slowly whittling them down. The archer is like the scariest one now. Big guy I'm just avoiding. If you die before you can pick up the soul of Nadalia here, it's like the only item that like will stay on the ground. Persist through death. Everything else would like disappear. Okay, so we're probably not gonna get an explosion on this guy. Oof, that hurt. That hurt. I'm just trying to like walk forward enough to bait him into attacking and then immediately like backing off. We were able to get enough chip damage from like being up the ladder, so that wasn't too bad. But yeah, that can get quite frustrating when these little guys don't do what you want them to do. There we've picked up the Flame Quartz Ring +3, which can be really handy. There's a lot of fire in this area, so if you're barely taking any damage from fire, it's definitely a big advantage. Defensively, yeah, this room is a pain in the ass. And we've still got quite a bit to go before we can get a checkpoint. This door, if I'm not mistaken, actually closes every time you die as well. So you have to do this room again if you die in this section here, which is brutal. So we're going to take this really nice and slow. We do have an animated archer just here. So we're going to... Will we go in there with the mace, I would say? Try and get behind him. I know we can't backstab, but at least we won't get hit in the face if we're behind him. Oh, stamina! Yeah, these guys just have like big defense or so. I mean, I have 50 vigor, so I flipping took a hit in the face there. Could be safer just to chip away with Dark Orb and like sort of retreat back into this room. Never retreat forwards, always retreat backwards. So let's see, we got Human Effigy there, we got Twinkling Titanite, Dried Root. Oh yeah, Dried Root. I keep forgetting about Dried Root. Dried Root, new item with the DLC, restores HP for a long period. Could be very, very, very good for Blue Smelter Demon later on in this area. Okay, as before, we have lots of ash. And so always expect enemies to come out of the ground. And now we got a new enemy. We got this sort of castery lightning lad. We don't have enough range with Dark Orb to hit him from here, so we kind of have no choice but to rush him, to like push forward. But there are some ads that do come. Right, so with them pulled, they're coming out the ash. We're just going to run all the way back because he's just going to keep casting this lightning spell at us, which does have a pushback enough to like push us off the edge. So, right, we've pulled the 2 ash guys. 3, in fact, there's 3 ash guys. So we're just going to use this sort of hill as line of sight. Oh, this one has a shield. Ugh. Keep retreating backwards. That's 2 down. And the third is like gone back. We could hide behind this pillar, but like the splash on the lightning is so big. And it persists for so freaking long. So I'm turning my back on that guy. That's exactly what not to do, I would say. Oh, why did I do that? That was so risky. What's damage like on these guys? Pish! Absolutely pish. Oh boy. Right, retreat. We're going to heal. We're just going to run. And we're going to heal. Oh, we're going to have to get in there. This would be a good time for the rapier. Just to poke him off the edge. Okay, nice and healthy. Yeah, these guys have crazy dark defense. So I'm going to spuff my weapon. We've got a guy in the back there. Like, that's the most annoying part. We've got this guy and that guy. I have pretty decent lightning defense, though, at least. Oh, frick, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Nice! Okay. Got him to fall off the edge. Ideal situation. Don't know if we can get this guy to fall off the edge. Oh. Nice. Okay, I really didn't want to fall off the edge there. Fume Sorcerer. Those guys are called Fume Sorcerers. There you go. I'm taking so much damage here. I feel like it's not exactly best practice, but this is why we leveled our vigor to 50. Because There's a couple of enemies that are quite difficult for us in this area, so we have 50 vigor to compensate. Looks like she's compensating for something. Yes. Yes, I am. Okay. We got one guy there. I can hear another guy. There's guys in the ash. Let's dark orb this lad. Oh no, I can hear them. We're gonna backstab him instead. Because in the backstabbing animation, we can sort of look around us, go, right, there they are. Hide back here from the archer. Oh boy. I am backing myself into a corner. Oh, you went down that way? Okay. Not very bright, are they? Kind of scary, but not very bright. Okay, here comes the archer. I'm in a corner here. Not great, not great, not great. I thought I could sort of like hold out. That was, on reflection, too many of them. What we should have done is retreated back up the ladder. And just like got our beatings. Now he's fallen down there, which is actually really annoying. But never mind, we'll deal with him. Yeah, that was far too many. I got lucky probably because of the stone ring. And the stagger that it was doing. There's that sorcerer. Wait, is this the one that we... Whoa! Oh my god. Hacking. Oh, Archer's back. Right, get him down. That actually jump scared me so bad. I thought they'd all come out, the ash. This one had not. Nice. Okay, any more? Any more? I thought we killed all you guys. There's another one. There's actually another one. Incredible. Ah, the spell missed. I thought it'd be so cool to like hit him out of the air. I did it before. Let's heal. He's confused. Where did she go? Where did she go? There we go. Right. Any more of y'all hidden in the wall? Oh, we got a large soul from that little guy. Any more of y'all hidden in the wall? Soul of a great hero from that one. Very nice. And soul of a hero. Good souls. Lots of souls. Good souls. Right, that's everything here. So we can go down there. Or we can go up here. We'll just go up here first of all. Because we are back in this circular tower, except we're like a level above. Here's a bonfire just round here. And lights. We're not gonna rest because I've just like cleared out all those guys there. But now that we've lit the bonfire, we have a new respawn point, new checkpoint. Just in case I die, because I seem to be playing quite recklessly. But that's where the bonfire is. It's a horrible stretch, I think, this bit from the last bonfire to this bonfire. But once you get it, you've got it. It's done. Down here is just like a little section that we'll just quickly do before continuing. We've got a raw stone there. A wriggling, raw and wriggling golem. And then this bit over here. So we're going to be introduced to a buddy, a pal, a friend, who pops up a couple times in this DLC. His name is Maldron. And he's also in Ilium Lois as well. So he's invaded us, but he's a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy. You know? He's oh no, he is a bad guy. Wait. Oh, frick, it's the Ilium Lois version. Okay, I've given away the punchline to the joke. He's, there we go. He's retreating. Okay, so he tickles you a little bit here, and then he retreats down into the dark tower here. Yeah, Maldron is a troll, a massive troll. And in this DLC, he runs away. He, like, sort of tickles you just enough to piss you off. And then runs away down this tower. Now, the problem with this tower is it's really dark. There is a sickness here. There's also an Ashen idol here, as you can see from the buffed guys down here. So yeah, it's cursed. Curse is not going to kill us, but it will hollow us, severely reducing our... Ah, balls, that was a waste of souls. Our maximum HP. So it's not ideal. Oh, didn't even see you throwing something, mate. So we do want to try and get through here as efficiently as possible. Oh, or we could just get hit by everything. That's cool too. That's cool too. Right, first curse has hit. Let's just run past everything for now. That might actually be better. Let's run through to the bottom where Maldron is waiting. We can evade him, little ball bag, and pop the wedge into the idol. So he's trying to backstab us, so you gotta be ready to like roll as soon as the idol's down. Right, so with the idol down, oh my god, my health. That's so funny. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. With the idol down, so is the curse on the tower. So we can retreat. Is that me used all my Estus? I probably should have rested at the last bonfire, but it's okay. So back up to the top, heal up to full. And then we'll go down for some revenge, eh? And we'll pick up all the pickups. Pick up all the pickups that we missed. I'd like this guy without his archer buddy. If possible. Yeah, these archers... Oh my god, do you see the tracking on that arrow? Oh, it's like it knows where I'm gonna be. They have input reading. He's actually blocking Maldron there, which is quality. Don't want to fight the two of you. I guess we could run up the chain. We could get shot in the back here, though. Yeah, they wouldn't follow us. I don't know if they're resetting, though. So with Maldron having invaded us, it does mean we're locked out of resting at bonfires. Because he is an invader. Where did he go? Did he go back down? So we do want to take care of him. Ha ha ha! I bamboozled you. And unfortunately, he's not going to take much damage from our hexes. So we're probably going to have to try and get some backstabs on him. What's with this bit here? Nothing. There's a wee thingy we can pick up there, though. If we drop onto that. Oh. Alonne Great Bow +5. Oh, hey, Maldron. In the face. Oh, man. This is actually decent damage. Like, I staggered him as well. Okay, he's dodging now. I grow tired of your games, Maldron, the assassin. Alright, let's get this guy instead. He won't dodge us. Gotta be careful not to fall off the edge. Can you hit me from there? No. Cool. Didn't think so. Alright, that's him down. Oy oy oy. Hello, friend. Oh, the stagger. Oh, why didn't I get the riposte? I guess I was maybe a little bit too late. Right, we're out of dark orbs now. Some good hits there. I maybe want to try and bait him into an attack and then try and see if we can get a crit. Okay, we're out of spells now. Nice. We're down to just the mace, guys. Of course, we can go ahead and eat a herb. We've got a few herbs. Got quite a lot of herbs, actually. Just eat one of these just so we have a few casts. I'm always kind of conservative with herbs. I'm like, what if I need them? Well, this is an example of a time when I need them. So, yeah. There is the Smelter. The Ashen Idol, I should say. Smelter Wedge into the Ashen Idol. Got the Bride of Nadalia fragment. So we're free to come down here. Do we have anything from these guys? Yes. A pale stone. 2 pale stones. And 3 Ashen laddies. So before we open that chest, let's sort of kite them up the stairs. Funnel them up the stairs. Flicking the right stick to quickly change targets. Because every hit we do does stagger them, so I was sort of like alternating which one was getting staggered. Just a simple strafe around this guy. He's so slow. And that's the 3 of them down. So with them down, not a mimic. Yeah, just making sure. Always check. This is the Majestic Greatsword. How majestic is the Majestic Greatsword? I hear you ask. Well, where is it? There it is. It's pretty majestic. It's what is it? Dex weapon? Oh, it's everything. Oh, frick. It's like strength, dex, int, and faith to use it. But it doesn't do split damage. It only does physical damage. Is it nice looking? Oh, oh, laddies. That's Artorius' greatsword. Oh, that's what it is. It is the pure version as opposed to the cursed version. Look how old it looks. Oh man, I actually forgot that was in this game. It's called Majestic Greatsword in this game. Oh, that's well cool. Hiya, Dark Souls 1. Huge Dark Souls 1 enjoyer here. Just looking at that, it seems like a lot of stats to use for... What was the scaling? How do I find out the scaling? Help? No. Do we have to look at a weapon here to see the scaling? C and D. Not very good. Probably gets a bit higher when you upgrade it. But yeah, at least the Dark Souls 1 version, it had scaling for int and faith as well. So the idea was if you got like all 4 of those stats really high, it was really good. But yeah, it's not... It looks better than it is, I think. Okay, so that's that little section done. We've met Maldron. And now we are here. So we've got a shiny over there to pick up. And then a couple of doors which will become important later. And then lifts. There's a bunch of lifts you can catch from here as well. This place is a lot of verticality. Oh, that's a spell quartz ring. Handy if you're fighting any magic users. And then we have this podium here, which we'll need to get the smelter rod to access. And then this door here, which opens later. So yeah, a couple doors, couple elevators. This elevator, that elevator, etc. Once we get things moving with the rod. This is the way we're going to proceed. Just here from the bonfire. Right, we've had a little break and we're back and ready to continue. So we're in the foyer. There's a lot of different ways you can go eventually, but right now there's kind of only one way we can go. All these metal grates, well not all of them, that one, do open for this section. This next section has like a lot of, think of it as a lot of little shortcuts, which can help it be a little bit less frustrating, but it's still kind of frustrating. So our main enemies, we have a very big guy at the end. We have these sort of witchy lads that cast the lightning magic at us that sort of explodes. We've got the little guys with the barrels, which will explode if they come into contact with fire. And we have the fire itself. So a few sort of, a few obstacles here. You can hit the brazen bulls to make them travel. And then they're actually going to breathe fire. Did he just manage to... Oh my god. So one, for some reason, our witch completely just didn't get hit by the fire at all. That was quite unlucky. But then also our little barrel lad like walked into this wall of spikes, which is just freaking cute. That's just funny. That was terrible timing. I was literally just waiting to poke my head out. We can hit the bull again to make it come back. So what you can kind of do is you can kind of use the bulls to deal... Oh god, is this gonna go? Is he just gonna stand there? Oh, that's ideal. That's what you want. I mean, all I was trying to get was like him to take a little bit of fire damage, but he just got taken out completely by it, which is great. So yeah, you can hit them through whatever means you know, that you can use, whether it's just like literally... If you've only got access to melee, you might have a terrible time. Like throwing knives would work, a bow would work, just whatever. Alright, so wait for the fire to pause before going around the corner. I'm actually going to send this one back. Oh, I took some flipping fire damage, didn't I? Just because if we need to back off from this next guy, we can run back and we've got a little bit more to work with. So our next guy is just in the corner there. Do not run blindly for this lever because you can kind of see him. There you go. He's like in the sand. Our hexes are going to do nothing to him. So let's just see. Oh, right. Brilliant. The other barrel guy got blown up. Let's just see if we can get our guy to come back here. Oh, maybe not. Okay, let's send the bull back then. Oh, okay. He's maybe gonna... Are you gonna maybe come a little closer? Maybe come into the fire? Yeah, come on. Oh, it's dangerous. Right. Switch into the mace. Be aware, when they do that, they're always going to try and teleport behind you. So I was just like, well, you try backstab me, I'm going to backstab you. Sorry, this section's a wee bit hectic. When I mentioned a while ago that this area has like the best bosses, but it's got some tricky sort of traps. Oh, hello. So we've pulled our first lever. That opens up this door here. And then does it also open up this one? Or is this one inside? There's a separate lever to open up this bit here. Oh, it's around the edge. I missed it. It's around the other side. But yeah, you get lots of these wee levers that you just open one by one. And it does make this section like absurdly kind. Where now we don't have to go round that corner if we do die. We can just like go this way and then that's where we were. Unfortunately, it does release all these barrel lads, which although they're like great little guys and I'm glad they're free, it can be a bit bad if they are wandering around you and you're playing with fire, if you catch my drift. So, oh, this one's gonna... He gets hit a little bit. If we can shoot it and make it come back... He'll hit him again, which is, yeah, not bad. Not bad. I have to wait for it to stop before hitting it again. I might literally just do this and just like let it just sort of burn him as it passes. Do like most of his health. Because why work hard when you can work smart, you know? And then we can like rush up there. Oh god, that did no damage. That's gotten. I was going to say, like, we can rush up and just take on the other one. I don't want to fight two of them. Because that's not smart. Almost. Oh, what? He's got, like, a ball hair left. Alright. Okay. Okay, I'll take the hit. I'll take the hit. Don't know if this guy is going to come forward. You going to come into the fire? I could take you down with just Dark Orb, but it's going to take 1,000,000 years. Because of your high defense, high dark defense, isn't it? What's wrong with you? Come and get me. He doesn't want to come and get me. He knows that's what I want. He's on to me. So frustrating. And then, of course, your battle guys are like... walking into the walls. They're coming up behind you, and they could easily... if you hang around the fire, they can easily just like sort of approach you. Right, go and blow him up for me. Go and blow him up for me. Wow, he like... Yeah, no. Was worth a try. He was too far away. It's like he's moved. I don't want to come to you, but you're making me come to you. Okay. There you go. Right, so yeah, these guys are a bit of a pain for our build, but... yeah. Right, okay. Advice for this bit. When we're pulling levers, we do not have immunity. I don't know, some you do. Some you do, some you don't. But what we're going to do here... Oh, another battle boy. We're going to pull our large lad, and we're just going to run immediately back through the fire. Oh, we've blown up that wall as well. That's great. Very Zelda-ish puzzle, that one. Is he coming? He's got quite big aggro range, this guy. Yeah, nice. So fire's not going to do much to him. It'll do a little bit. But mainly, we're going to want to bring out the big boys here. The Great Resonant Souls, 500 souls a cast. Keep our distance, so we're going to use a sort of long path, even though there is... Oh, he got hit by some of the spiky wall there. I could hear it. Oh, he's actually... Oh my god, I've never seen that before. He was just hugging the wall, just getting slowly killed by the spikes. That was amazing. So as we've seen here, if one of the battle boys bursts open this wall, you can go straight in there. If I'm not mistaken, there's another way you can get in here. It's like to do with... Yeah, you can blow up this wall as well. This is another one. So if you do play Zelda, you might be like, oh, a bombable wall. Ooh. But I don't know how we would do this without barrel boy. Either way, we've got this one open. I don't recall off the top of my head how you get the other one, but yeah, we got this. We got this. Katarina gauntlets and Katarina leggings. So where is the we got the helm already, didn't we? So what are we missing? The chest? Is the chest the only one we've not got? Possibly. Yeah, we got the helm. Anyway, yeah, Katarina stuff. Okay, let's continue. Luckily, we've got like just really high health, high defense, or maybe it just seems that way because my last playthrough was SL1, so I couldn't take any damage really. It would kill me. But yeah, with that lever open and this lever open, that's this section done. That wasn't too bad. Just like having the patience to like try and make the fire do most of the work for you. I guess it's a patience thing. So it can be a bit of a pain. Right, this section over here and the section. Let's just go this way first, just inside, and open up this little sort of shortcut ladder here. Heading on up. So there's an elevator, I was going to say. My god, I haven't had my Weetabix this morning. A lever here we can pull. Another dried root, which I really should just put on my bar. Like, I really should use those. Hey, I've got 16 of them now. Really good for boss fights. Where you might be taking like chip damage and you want to do that. So we could go ahead and rest, I guess, because we've just literally opened up a shortcut, get our spells back, get our S's back. Depending on how many souls you have, you can go back and spend those. But I'm good. So now we can go down here and then across to the other tower. So you sort of ping pong between all the towers, thanks to the chains between them. I just think it's really cool level design. I really like it. I think it's just fab. It's just fab. Ooh, here's another section that we'll get to later. It's just fantastic being able to see stuff down there that like we will go to, but we can see it in like pretty good detail. It's just pretty cool. Up here we have a scripted invasion as well. This area kind of sucks, but I'll say that about every area in this tower. It's dark to start. It's dark, so never good. Darkness in my Dark Souls. This room here is actually how we'll eventually exit this tower. There are like sconces, so you can light up the room. We might do that actually. But there's full of these guys, so don't underestimate these guys. They may be legless, But they're super dangerous. They crawl along the floor with surprising speed sometimes. So we're just going to take that one out from range, and now this one from melee. They do this sort of belly flop attack. They're not that weak to strike, really. So you want to stay away from the front, stay away from the hands. Just wait for him to, like, I guess, go for us. And yes, here we go. They have an explosion. So they'll do that sometimes when they're near death. He did it right near this, like, lamp. So that's, like, lit it for us, which is mint. Very cool. But be aware of that. So yeah, that very obvious, like, I'm about to explode. He's about to explode. Don't stand near him. So we could try and get this guy to do this lamp for us. Oh, see what I mean? Like, oh my god, that just, like, traveled so far. They really, it's like, yeah, just don't underestimate them, I guess. Don't know if we can get this one to, like, start going, yeah, cool, light that other lamp for me, bro. Light all the lamps for me. And also they can set off, like, a chain reaction, which you'll see in a future area is terrifying. So, good to just take this bit nice and slow. I still feel like it's so super dark, like these lights do nothing. But it's better than nothing. 520, 323. Yeah, our damage is not good. It's not great. Takes a lot of spells to kill stuff. So I stand by my decision to sort of hybridize, use the mace a bit more. Oh, great, cool. So if you do run through this area without killing them, that last one we just killed, it's always like right here, like right in this doorway. So be aware if you're like, I don't know, like in a rush. There's Rachel, perfect. Okay, that's my name, haha. There's one always sort of in this doorway here, and it's not ideal. I didn't manage to light the last lamp. Oh man. I can maybe get like a firebomb. I don't know if she climbs the ladder. I think she just stays down where she is, in my experience. So you throw that, like, my aim could do with some work, definitely. Yay, that worked. Okay, yay! For completionism's sake, we have all the lamps lit. Do they stop burning? No, they just don't light up that much of the tunnel. But damn, I don't know. It looks cool. Right, so Rachel here is a bit of a ball bag. She will have a different weapon enchant every time you fight her. So if you rest or if you die or whatever. And there she is, just there. So we get down there. We're gonna want to, like, sort of open up attack, like, as quick as possible. I'm gonna just go back up the ladder, switch to my chime, so we can pop some great resonant souls and just really, like, try and get her as she's buffing. Oh, she does come up the ladder. That's so funny. Probably. Oh god. Oh no. Okay, right. We can still do this. We can still do. She's lightning. Okay, she's lightning. I guess I went too far down the ladder. Luckily, she doesn't seem to know how to dodge. We're very different, Rachel and I. We're very different. That was amazing timing, because I was like, yeah, I know how to dodge, as I got hit by her weapon. Good times. So yeah, not very bright. Yeah, not very bright. That's what we love. That's what we love as a caster, really. Not very bright. Doesn't want to dodge. Did get hit a couple of times, but that's why we have 50 vigor on this walkthrough. No point in capping it. Just get all that vigor. Okay, so this room is where you would tend to fight Quicksword Rachel. In this room, you can sort of kite her around the room. Feel free to use the sconce to sort of put some distance between you and her if you need to heal or if you need to buff or whatever. So, there's many doors. Handle it. Each of these doors has a baddie behind it. So, and there's also treasure behind it. So, we'll just one by one, we'll just open them. If you want to know the correct door, it's that one just over there. So sort of the one that's like to the right of like the pit is the right one. So we're going to start just on the opposite side and clear them one by one. Because we're doing a walkthrough and I looked away for a second and that's what will happen on this walkthrough. Right, so he's going to explode. Maybe light some lanterns for us? Nah, I guess he was a bit far away. Okay, it's too far away. So yeah, a lot of these little rooms have nothing in them. I actually, to be honest, I remember which one's the correct door, but I don't remember where the shinies are and where they're not. This one, oh, has some shinies in it. Fantastic. Some twinkling titanite. We got another witchy lad in there. You can sort of hear him cackling as he spawned. Could be the backstab. Oh man, it's so cool when you like dodge his backstab and then you get your own backstab. Didn't quite manage it. You get a bit confused, boy, because of the ladder. So I was going to say, the mace is going to fail me here a little bit because of the range. It was a good combo until he, like... The only problem with the mace... Yeah, with the range, like, as you're comboing, like, as you're hitting, you sort of push stuff out of the way. And it's like, I don't want that. I don't want to push stuff out of the way. Recollection, a miracle, I believe. Is it a miracle? Is it a dark miracle? Where's recollection? Oh yeah, it's a hex. Fire multiple dark orbs that seek their target. It probably sounds cooler than it is. I haven't played around with that much. Maybe we can take a look. Experimentation is super fun. So I do definitely hear guys. I don't know if they're in this one or if they're in the next one, but I hear them. I don't see them. Oh yeah, there they are. They're over there. Okay, cool. I guess this is the one where the two doors like connect onto each other. We could take this guy out here and use him to light the torches. I don't really know if we'll need it. But it always looks nice. Especially if you're like dying. Don't know if the torches stay lit if you die. I would assume they did. Right, come here. He's stuck in the door, which is great for us, but also not great for us considering I was trying to get him out the door. I was like, where is he? But yeah, that's that door. Connects onto the other door. Zug zug. And then our final door. So yeah, I guess the only one that's worth opening is that one that's just like sort of, so if you come down the ladder, you stand at the bottom of the ladder, it's the door just to the left of the ladder. You can pick up Recollection and the Twinkling Titanite, but there is a guy that spawns behind you, so be aware. And then the door that you're actually meant to go through is this one just here. Now I'm pretty sure there is a guy behind it as well. Oh, there's two guys behind it that immediately explodes and attack each other. You don't want to be dropping down there. So be aware. Now he's on fire. That's awesome. Now he's on fire and chasing us on fire. Do you want to light the torch for me? Light the torch for me. Oh, that's so fun. Okay. All right. Now he's actually getting like little bits of splash off the fire, like damage. That's great. We love it. Things we love to see. Are you retreating? I would have thought if they were like highly combustible that he would have exploded by now. Oh, that's fun. Wilted Dusk Herb, very good. Very good. Restores spell casts. Very good. So yeah, this area, it's quite difficult to just like run past them. And it's much easier to actually take your time and kill them one by one. Really. Although this next bit... I don't know if we'll do that in this next bit. So when we open this door, at the end of the room, there is something we want to grab. This room is full of these exploding legless guys. And I do think the easiest thing to do would literally be to grab the item and just book it, rather than try and kill them one by one. So that's the plan. We'll see if it works. Okay, run forward, grab the scepter. They're all gonna explode. Oh no! Oh my god! Well, luckily I had the health to survive it. I don't know, you can make your own determination if you think that's a good idea for you. But we're gonna pull this lever. We do have a guy behind us in the corridor, so immediately we pull the lever, we run back to this guy in the corridor. Oh god, we got a fighty guy as well. Here, they're all coming, they're all coming, they're all coming, they're all coming! Because there's a guy on the elevator as well. So, we fight this guy on the elevator. My health is quite low. Oh my god, bros! He stepped off the elevator as I put the elevator up. Oh man, I was just kind of hoping I could like DPS him down before he exploded, but we got away with it somehow. That was not, okay, I realize this now. That was not the best advice. Because that way out is blocked by two of those guys, no, it's not a good idea. What you should instead do is go in the room. You can get the first hit in, because they were all passive until I picked up the scepter. So you could like get the first hit on one or two and then immediately run back out the door that you came through. We can then use that tunnel to slowly funnel them all. Use your spells, or if you're funneling them through the door, like hit and sort of run away and fight them one by one, because them chasing you through the corridor was not fun. Okay, but we have picked up the a very important item, a key item, and that is the rod. Scorching Iron Scepter. So this is, we take this back to the foyer, and this will allow us to repair the elevators. So here's where we were at the start of this dark tower area. Hashtag not actual dark tower. Other towers are available. So yep, that's that bit cleared. Got the scepter. That's all you need, really. You can kind of suicide, I suppose, grab the scepter, and then like you'll be back at the bonfire, which is actually where you want to be. As long as you make sure well, no, you don't even need this shortcut. If you get the scepter, you're done. That's this whole section is all about getting the scepter. So it's not a big deal, I suppose. If you did die to all those explodey guys, you don't need to go back. So the scepter, iron rod, whatever. Yeah, scorching iron scepter. Yeah, it goes in here in the foyer. So when we put this in here, now all the lifts will be working. The tower all lights up, which is well cool, and it springs to life. We have, let's call him Giant Man Lift on the left. We have Giant Man Lift on the right. We have Basket on the left. And we have a platform on the right. Okay? So these are all going to be important. Let's start with platform on the right. Let's start platform on the right. Okay, so we'll head down here first. This takes you to this area. This door here is opened with a key. It leads to another boss that we're not fighting just yet. I've just missed my elevator. This corridor here, we can pop on down. Oh, here's the big ash bit. Here we go. Right, perfect, perfect, perfect. Right, so being wary of the battle boys might sort of just like tease them towards the fire, or we could just like pass them, just pass them on by. We got a big guy here, which we're probably gonna look to pull back into this room. Careful of the barrel, guys. Okay, perfect. Oh, that couldn't have gone better. They exploded, took off like more than half of his health. I did get hit, but it's fine. I was busy. I had my mouth open. I was gawping. Got hit again, but that's why we have 50 vigor. That's why we have 50 vigor. It's fine. Run away and heal. It is so nice, actually, not to have to worry about getting hit. Just knowing that we have so much health and defense to fall back on is so nice. I like it. I like it. At time of recording, I'm doing a Bloodborne, like lowest level challenge, BL4 it's called, and it's, oh god, it's just so nice to get hit in Dark Souls 2. Ooh, another large soul there. I'm pretty sure there is another guy. Yeah, there he is. So we don't have exploding barrels for this guy, but we do have great resonance souls. So I'm going to do one cast, let him attack. One cast, let him attack. I don't know if he combos, so go forward, tease him into attacking, dodge back, and cast. Similarly, if you're doing this in a melee situation, you want to dodge around to the side. The only problem is his shoulders sort of leak lava. This is not a good room to fight him in. It's not a good room to fight him in. Neither is the corridor. Yeah, look, so his shoulders are leaking lava. They alternate. So if you're fighting him in melee, you'll want to actually just circle around him constantly. You want to try and remember which one last breathed fire and circle around to the back or the other side, really. Yeah, let's go out here. Let's go out here. The fire in that room is just too bad. There we go. So yeah, it works for either scenario. Works. I got a comment on one of my videos on this walkthrough recently saying it was a shame that I switched to a caster build, so I've sort of kept that in mind, and I'm going to try whatever I can in this DLC to show multiple strategies for things. So that is where you pick up the tower key that will allow us to progress to another boss in this DLC. Where is the tower key? Is that it there? Yes. So opens the Brume Tower door. Legend has it he tried his hand at forging a dragon out of iron. Unfortunately, it's not an iron dragon boss fight. That would be really cool. There's our final guy. Let me just... So we've got this whole like platform to fight this guy on now. Just be careful to obviously only pull them one at a time. And you're golden. Ah, what was I just saying about like keep an eye on which shoulder is spitting at you? There we go. Yeah, these guys, they kind of scare me, not gonna lie. Sorry, they kind of scare me. So, final couple pickups. Twinkling Titanite, very good. We're going to pop those into our armor before we go and fight any bosses. Just get that little bit more defense. Armor upgrading. I think a lot of people sleep on upgrading their armor because it is really beneficial. The difference between like +0 and like +5 is insane. It's huge. So that's what the tower key opens. We're not gonna go... Well, we could actually. Let's just go and open it up for now. Get the bonfire, and then we'll come back here later, just while we're here. So this heads down into this sort of dark bit below the tower. We got some herbs there. Just waiting on this elevator here. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh god, I love this area. It's just like I think the first time you come through it, it sort of scars you, and I think that is still like just sort of stayed with me all this time. Like that's mental scarring. So this is how you get the Iron Passage. So if you can remember, Iron Passage is a boss that we'll come back to later, but not just now. For ease, rather than taking the lifts again, let's just teleport back to the foyer. And then once we're here, we will instead take the other elevator. So, well, right, so right-hand platform, down to the first bit here. We took that passageway last time. Now we're simply going to wait for the other elevator. Oh, I'm going to miss it. 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 Oh, I caught it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so here is an interesting one. Should I pick up the strength ring first? Sorry, I spaced out. Should have done this first. I will just wait for the elevator to come back. Hello. And on its way up, we're going to roll off onto this platform up here. Up here is similarly to the dexterity ring that we found. This is the strength ring. And then from here, we can actually still make our way down to where we were going before. But we get to pick up this along the way. So this section, we've had similar sections where we've sort of made our way through sort of cracked flooring. But this time, there's the bit at the bottom sucks. See if I can hit him in the knee. There we go. I'm gonna come around. So wherever possible, we're gonna try and stay on the above platform, kill the stuff below us, and then drop down. So we had one guy on this first platform. Oh, wrong button. Oh, this guy has a shield. Okay, I'm gonna have to drop down and get that guy because he's gonna just keep blocking my attacks. But he is the only guy down there. So we can drop down. Oh, target the complete wrong guy. Get backstab. Oh, I didn't get backstab. I did manage to knock him off. That could be bad, actually. Oh well, we roll. we roll. I might be able to get this guy. There we go. Perfect. No, maybe not. There you go. And the other guy's kind of like underneath me. I don't know if we can... Nice. So, once again, if you are a melee character, it's the same similar situation where it's like, just take them down one at a time. But there is two of them here. So what you'd want to do is you'd want to get a plunging attack on this first guy. Plunge. And then sort of finish him off here. This will break as soon as you go near it. So try not to do that because then you've got more guys just below you. Then once this first guy's down, you're free to come over here and fight this guy. You've got really small space to fight him. So be aware. Try not to fall down. Oh, because if you fall down here, you could fall down that next pit there and just keep falling. Devastating. Can we see any of these guys down here? We had our shield bro. That's not him, but we'll take him none the same. All the same? None the same? All the same. We'll take him all the same. Our shield bro must have fallen 2 levels. Did he fall down there? Alright, we can get that guy. Oh god, right, I have also fallen. That's fine. So we're good, actually. We're safe on this level. That's fine. Woo! Yeah, I guess when you are casting, it does sort of, you do step forward. So I've done it again! I've done it again. Right, let's play with melee. Let's show you the melee strat. Okay, so I guess we can kite them. Kite them around. Aha, now you can see what's on the bottom level. Do not fall to the bottom level. I want to separate them. But this could work. This could work while they're sort of coming around this corner bit. Oh, I so just want to like throw spells at them right now. I don't think they're going to make it. Are you going to make it through, mate? Oh, okay, right, that's fine. We'll deal with that later. We'll deal with him when we're down there. Partisan +6. Nice. So what I want to do as a caster is land on this bit here. And then like just sort of sit here nice and pretty and take out these guys. Melee, yeah, this bit is going to suck. Especially because, so the 2 little guys that are down here should not be down here. They're only down here because I knocked them down here. So if you're sort of smart and you get a good run where you kill everything before it falls down, then you can get down here for a 1v1 with this guy. And we got a nice big space to fight him in as well, which is great. So right, that one's spit, so we're gonna go around that side. Now it's gonna be the other one. Get a wee hit in there. It's gonna be that shoulder going off soon. Oh! Fighting against the wall is probably not a good idea. Obviously as well, if you're melee, you're going to be hitting a lot harder than my melee is hitting. Oh, nice! Oh, I got clipped and then got flame pooped on. But you get the idea. You've got a nice big space here at least. My god, I'm getting smacked about. This is, I think, still not as bad as the other room. That's similar to this. Near the start of the area, you've got like one of these big guys, and then remember we were like teasing all the little battle guys in here so we could blow them up. I think this room is not as bad as that room. Potentially it could be, I suppose, if you broke every floor and every little guy like fell down to this bottom floor and you were not a caster. That's a hard one. You can't just run for this lever because, as you'll see, the door takes so long to open and you don't have immunity while you're pulling the lever. So they will all just like gank you. It's a really, this section can be such a pain. Again, which informed my decisions for my build for my walkthrough because I wanted to do it first try and not take a million years to do it. More haunted archers here. I underestimate these guys. I forget how scary these guys can be, actually. That guy broke all the railings, which is just plain rude. So it got close in, so he did that attack, and then it sort of leaves him wide open, which is kind of nice. I'll take that. I'll absolutely take that. I'm pretty sure they resurrect. Yeah, they do! You can tell because his health bar hasn't got... They resurrect, so once you take him down, or even if you don't take him down, you just run past him, we're just gonna keep on going. Or are they resurrecting because of the idol nearby? That's the question. So this guy, we should be able to... Oh god, he followed us. Right, nope. Nope, not doing this. We're not doing this here. Nope, nope, nope. We're not doing this here. You guys are buffed. It's not fair. I'm gonna just go up here. You can manipulate them with the lift. Oh, they're resetting. Are they resetting? No. You still following me? You got a bow? He does have a bow. Right, I just want one of his. Just want you. There you go. So you can see the other archer is like shooting at me as well, but we've got good positioning there. There he is. That's gonna hit me. Oh, maybe not. These guys might actually be... Oh my god, that was the one in the back hitting me. Good aim. I'm not even mad. I'm impressed. Alright, let's have a heal. This is, Let me just hit you. Let me just hit you. No, please. Nice dodge. Okay. I'm sort of still wide open here. I don't know why I'm just sitting. Oh, Dark Orb with its tiny short range, man. Right. Alright. Very poorly played. Sorry, guys, but... I, too, love a little panic. Let me just get this chest. Oh, sorcery clutch ring. So I don't actually think we'll use this, but that's where you get it. There is no point in fighting these guys any longer. Probably could have just like sort of kited them. If I got them both in this room and sort of got behind them, we probably could have, like, we maybe didn't need to kill them. I realize, but sometimes it's safer just to kill them, you know? Okay. Okie dokie. I have accidentally sent that elevator back. That's fine, don't worry about it. Here is the first boss. It's the Fume Knight. It's my favourite boss in the whole game, I think, actually. I love this boss a lot. A couple things before we go and fight him. Sorry to give you blue balls, but first of all, we did pick up the spell clutch ring. Let's just take a wee look at that. Is it sorcery clutch? Sorcery clutch. So this will increase magic attack at the cost of physical defense. It's like 8% or something. Physical defense down. It's only magic attack though, whereas we are using dark attack, so it's not going to do anything for us. But if you are a pure sorcery, pure intelligence, mage or like spell sword, that kind of thing, sorcery clutch ring, essential, I would say, for you. Another thing is, I haven't really been talking that much about the Ashen idols, or if I have, I feel like I haven't talked about them enough. But here we go. Now is the time we're going to talk about them. So let me just quickly have a quick look in my inventory. 3. Okay, I've got 3 smelter wedges. We can work with that. That's fine. So I'm hoping to, because there's big guys that spawn in this area. I'm hoping we can, yeah, there we go. So we can kind of see one on the left, one on the right. There's actually another 2. So there's 2 on the left, just like behind, and 2 on the right there. There's 4 of these Ashen idols around this boss fight arena. And what they will do is, instead of the like pyromancy stuff that we've seen the other Ashen idols do, these will heal the boss. Now, a boss that has like already got so much health, being able to heal throughout the fight is pretty devastating. So that's why I made such a point of trying to hang on to as many smelter wedges as possible, because I wanted to make sure we had at least 3. You can definitely do this fight with just 2, but it severely limits the size of the arena. It essentially confines you to one side of the arena. And heaven forbid you don't know what you're doing and you accidentally activate like the front left and the back right. That could be a pain. That could be a real pain. So I figured this could be a good intermission before we fight the boss to talk about the Ashen idols and what to do if you've somehow managed to get here and you don't have any smelter wedges. The easiest way to fight this boss, after all, is with no Ashen idols active. So that is going to be our plan. Which is why, first of all, we want to get the bonfire. So the bonfire is just around to the right-hand side, but there are 2 big lava leaking laddies, that's their name, triple L's, that do spawn out of the ash here. What we're going to do is stick to the left-hand side. If you run like right into the left, like literally hugging the wall, these big guys won't spawn out of the ash at all, which is, of course, ideal. Right, here's the bonfire. Light the bonfire. Are we going to get to rest at the bonfire? Nice. Okay, with this checkpoint activated, let's sort out these Ashen idols. So, if you decide you want to fight this boss with just 3 down, or even with just 2 down, I quite frequently, I fight it with just 2, and you're fine. But it's not the easiest way to do it. Make sure you are activating 2 on the same side. So we're just going to do the 2 on the right here. And then once you destroy them, pick up the Bride of Nadalia. Soul of Nadalia. From its corpse. From its remains. So we can get these 2 here. That's absolutely mint, just sticking straight to the left. Completely avoids these guys in the ash. There's another soul. I think usually when I'm running back, like, for the boss, I'm like impatient and I just end up pulling them, but you can run away from them. Who's that for? Oh, Carillion, really? Oh, that's fun. He's going to be absolutely useless on this fight. Okay, and then we're going to get this one here. But like I mentioned, we are going to get the other one as well. Just wait for my soul. Nice. So you can kind of see in there, it's quite a big arena. It is quite big. Oh, there's his sword. Oh, it's so cool, man. I love this boss so much. And we've just unlocked 3/4 of the arena that would be safe to fight him in. He has to be quite close to the Ashen Idol in order to get healed by it. So you could absolutely fight him like this. Sorry, I know I'm like repeating myself, but it's sort of helping me figure out what I want to do, I guess. I'm going to pick up another soul from these guys. I don't know which ones have little bits in them. Souls are always going to be useful. There's no enemies on this side of the platform. It's just on the other side. And I don't know if it's worth pooling them to possibly get a little soul. So let me do it, and I'll tell you if there's anything worth bothering about. Oh, there is. There's 3 Titanite chunks, which actually I think is definitely worth picking up. Anything in that one? No. Yeah, so you can easily just do that, and then rest at the bonfire, which gets rid of that guy. Yeah, I would pick up the chunks, just in case. They're not the easiest to come by. Yeah, you can buy them, but yeah, they're there. Maybe you want them, maybe you don't. Ashen Idols. So in order to defeat the Ashen Idols, we need Smelter Wedges. That's what's holding us back. And then if we do manage to destroy all 11 Ashen Idols, get the 11 parts of Nadalia's soul. The 12th one is from Sir Alonne, the final boss in this DLC. You get all 12 parts, then you get her restored soul. So we did manage to pick up 6 right at the very start. We've used 3 of them just here at Fume Knight, and then we used 3 of them on the way here. The ones we have used, I would argue, were worth using because of the ease that it made in exploring the areas up till far. So that's why we skipped the very first one, because we didn't really need to destroy that one. The one at the very start we're going to get as our last one, because we do get a Smelter Wedge from beating Sir Alonne. So that's going to tie that all up really nicely. So that leaves 4 unaccounted for, which we're going to go and grab just now. So we rest at the bonfire, travel back to the foyer. We're going to spend a lot of time at the foyer, I realise. And now it's time to take the basket on the left. So we were taking platform on the right, now we're taking basket on the left. That door that you've just seen me... Ah, balls, we just missed it. Well, I may as well talk about that. There's an iron door behind where we placed the scepter. That door opens with the tower key. And we will go in there. We need the wedges first though, but we'll go in there shortly. But you can't open that door until you get the tower key. Tower key opens that door and also the door to Iron Passage, which was where we'll fight Blue Smelter Demon. So here you'll notice this is where I was talking about this room earlier. I think this is possibly the worst room because of how early on in the area it is. But yeah, that's it down there, and then there was like, we came around there, the bonfire's like around there. So now this lift here in the sort of alcove that I've just missed is active, so that's what we're waiting for just now. Okay. There's lots of little areas that like open up, like backtracking in this DLC, which I do love. This door once again opens with the tower key, and then we gotta wait here for another elevator. There we go. So up here we do have an invasion. The Prowlers. There's one. But they are plural, they are many, and when they go near the Ashen Idol, just around the corner here, they are healed. So I'm trying to keep up the pressure, but oh god, don't think I can heal through this idol. I maybe could actually, I don't have the stamina. He's getting really close to me now. It's like he knows, he's like, oh, you don't have the stamina? Oh, I was spamming. Okay, so it didn't say invader banished, so that should give you a wee clue, like, maybe there are more of them. Yeah, there are. They are around this corner up the stairs. We'll be back for you ball bag. So we don't want to fight these guys anywhere near that Ashen Idol because there they are. Because they'll just get healed and it's a pain in the bum. I guess they take a minute to become activated as well. And they're flipping rolling. And they're shooting at me. Look at them all. There's 5 in total. That's so funny. They're so funny, man. Look at them all with their predator mask. So I was able to get one down. Big, wide, sweeping weapons for these guys. AoE. And now we are fighting them near the idol. Perfect. Oh, God. I'm gonna... Right, let's push forward, actually. I always say push back, but we can't really go back, so let's push forward. Maybe I can get that one down. Yeah, okay, we got another one down. Just gonna take that arrow, I don't care. Stamina is my enemy. Oh, them drinking is my enemy. Luckily we managed to avoid it, interrupt it. Oh, it could be the stone ring actually. I realize the stone ring is I forget how good it is for situations like that. A Dark Orb, I feel like it already does a decent amount of poise damage. Did he? Hang on, how the flip did he manage that? He was trying to shoot me. It's like he turned around at the last second and shot the wall. That's so funny. Okay, with him down, that's the Prowler's Vanquish. They're kind of ball bags. You can run past them, I guess, if you like. But it's worth killing them because they have a chance to drop their mask, which is pretty unique, pretty cool, quite hard to get. So always worth killing them. If you want to stack some item, find some luck, I guess you could do that. Gold Serpent Ring, that kind of stuff when you fight them. So up here is the memory. What's it called? Is it memory of the... Basically, it's where you fight Sir Alonne, interacting with the armor. What we're going to do here is just tap this bonfire, and then that is another checkpoint there. And this is, once again, another boss that we're going to come back to later, because you'll notice, alas, nothing happened. It's not active yet. So I'm going to travel once again back to the foyer. I confess, guys, even pros make mistakes, and I'm not even a pro. I took the wrong path, but that's okay. All roads lead to where we want to go, so it's fine. It's fine. I took the wrong elevator, but it was still worth doing because we're going to need to go back there anyway, and there is a bonfire there, so we've unlocked Fume Knight, we've unlocked Blue Smelter Demon, and we've unlocked Sir Alonne. So literally we have bonfires for the 3 bosses in this DLC now. But you need to do Fume Knight before you can do Sir Alonne. And Blue Smelter is just a ball bag. So we'll do him at some point. So this is, in fact, the way to grab the 4 smelter wedges that we need. All the bloody elevators look the bloody same. So we'll write it up here, come to the left, there's a nice iron door to open, and through here we have more of these brazen bull laddies breathing fire at us, so we can go ahead and hit them to see if we can use them to do our job for us. I don't think we're... Oh, nice, okay. Are we gonna blow it up? Very nice. Oh. Just taking this nice and slow. Fully expecting every little alcove to have someone waiting to jump out at me. Thought I saw a shiny there. It's a shiny piece of wall. Wait for the fire. Still get burned anyway. No, we're okay. Somehow we survived. Alright, send this one along. On you go, my friend. Do your stuff. The MVP. Oh, I don't think we quite managed to get the archer this time. It went so well last time with managing to blow them all up. But what I have managed is to only pull one of them, which is what we love to see. Just hiding down here where I can easily dip out of line of sight if needed. Hi! What are you doing here, little guy? Okay, that one doesn't... This one does. Oh god, so... Whoa! Why is there so many? Right, does my bow... Can that, please? Am I gonna... Oh god. Don't pull them. Don't pull them. Don't pull them. I just want to hit this bull. Yes! Okay, now burn them. Burn them. Yes! Burn them! Yes! That's so good. I'm gonna send it back one more time. Just so it finishes off that last one. The guy in the alcove, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to pull. We could body pull him, but it's dangerous. Why would we do that? Bonk, back you go. Finish off that last guy. As long as we're not super unlucky, because obviously the fire does like take a breather. It does take a wee break every now and then. So as long as it doesn't take a break as it passes this guy, which is what it's literally doing. Oh no, we got him. We got him. Cool. Right. Nice. Nice, nice. So we can pull this guy now. Backstab. Nice. Right, that's us cleared. Here's where we drop back down. But first, our prize in the chest. 4 smelter wedges. So that's them all kind of now accounted for. Is that the word? That's them all kind of now accounted for. Yeah. So with these smelter wedges, what I would then advise is now to go across here and up and fight the prowlers, because you can take down the Ashen idol, which would have made that so much easier. But I got all my little paths mixed up. Sue me. It's a labyrinth. It's literally a labyrinth. But yeah, there you go. So yeah, we go that way first, then we go this way. And take down this Ashen idol here. I've actually lost count. I know that we have this one. We've got the one at Fume Knight. We've got the one at the start. And then we've got the one from Sir Alonne. Only a couple more left to find now. Okay, let's take a stock count, stock check. We have 7. So okay, so we've got 5 to go. Call it 4 because one's from Sir Alonne. Call it 3 because one's from the very start of the area after Sir Alonne. Call it 2 because there's one we know is at the Fume Knight's room. Yeah, okay, there's 2 more to get. So, now it's time to go back to the foyer, just for a change. And now we're going to go through that iron door that I said it's by where you put the smouldering iron scepter into. Why do I keep like scorching iron scepter? I keep like forgetting its name. I just call it the rod for some reason. Anyway, this door here with the tower key that we picked up already. Heading down here. So you can already tell, thanks to the curse, thanks to these guys covered in ash, etc. And you can also hear the whispering. So we've got an Ashen idol down here. Now, we might... Oh, will we bring a torch? Would that be a good idea? It limits us to just melee, having a torch. But it's so heckin' dark. Brill, so we'll get this guy to come out here. If he will? No, maybe he won't. Maybe he won't. Right, okay, we'll come to you. Oh, just one behind you, bruh. Oh, now it gives me the backstab. Wonderful. Well, I've accepted that we're going to get cursed here. We're going to get cursed and cursed. Why don't we go straight to the idol? And then we can worry about treasure and stuff like that after. So it is... Oh, okay, you can see it. Oh no, you can't see it. It's this guy lighting up the room. Is that it? Oh, there it is. Through the door. Perfect. Alright, okay. If we can just... There we go. So you have immunity while you're doing this, thankfully. We might die here, actually, but it's sort of quicker than getting cursed. I don't know. Nah, no, that probably wasn't the right call. The good thing is, so we did destroy the Ashen Idol, which left the soul on the ground, but I did die before I could pick it up. But the good thing is that will stay there. We've not lost that. And with the idol down, these guys are now much easier to fight because when they're buffed with the ash, they will just reanimate like we saw before. And also we're not getting our health sapped by the curse all the time. So just, it just works for me. Going for the idol first and then just sort of dying in that room. But it's my strategy, you know? Even if it's not the best. Sometimes it's just easier just to die. Right, okay, gonna do our rooms one by one then. Is there anything in here? No. There was a chest on the left. Let's go get it. Does it have teeth? Is it breathing? No. I can't think of a single mimic in this DLC. Was there any in the last one? There's definitely one 2. Those are loads in Ilium Lois. I think there's like 3. So the idol was on the left. Oh, at the bottom of this room. I forgot about you, laddie. And an archer in the back there. Haha. I shot you right out of the air. Anybody enjoy a bit of Emperor's New Groove? I need to know if I've found my people, you know? Right, archer there. No one over there, that's fine. Okay. Hello! I don't really want to fight you in melee. God, these guys just so randomly have, like, crazy defense, eh? Slightly more effective hitting them in melee. Maybe they've just got really high magic defense. Fire Snake, a pyromancy. I just don't think any pyromancies in this game are very good. They look cool. Just don't think they're very good. 5 large titanite shards there in case you need those. This door closes again. It doesn't stay open. Interesting. There's my bloodstain. And there's my Soul of Nadalia. Bride of Ash. So that was number 8. So we still have 1 unaccounted for. And, funnily enough, we have 1 last elevator that we haven't yet taken. Great, that. So, once again, starting from the foyer bonfire, take the basket on the left, elevator up. We'll go up here, and then we're looking for another elevator going up again. Whee! Cool. Okay, it's around here on the other side of this circular room. When you get to this elevator here, blocking the way, it actually has a spot where you can jump off just here. So just step off before the end and just grab this. So this room here, it connects onto the previous bonfire, but it has a pretty cool ring in it. Ring of gives you adaptability, which if you're playing this game at quite a low level and you're sick of your rolls doing nothing, 5 adaptability on a ring is pretty good, but mostly it's going to be for people doing SL1, really, this ring. Don't really know if I want to stick my face in that to grab that. Think I'm good, thanks. Open this door. And you will see the bonfire once again. This isn't Foyer though, this was whatever the first bonfire was called in here. So, yeah, this fire is a problem. That's not that bad actually, it doesn't do that much damage. Well, let me just heal up though. I want that shiny, but I'm not going to cry about it. I do want that shiny. Out here we have Simpleton's Ring. I think they must have called it that, like, because it's for simpletons, for level 1s. Can I grab that without... Oh, that was so not worth it. That was so not worth it. 4 radiant life gems. Okay, I died, so we need to go back to that bit again. I had quite a lot of souls there, so it would be, I mean, it would be nice not to lose any souls. Ow! Balls. I hate when you, like, just miss an elevator. We're pretty damn cursed, and we have a million human effigies, so let's use one of those. Yeah, I'm gonna quickly grab my souls, and then we'll go find the final Ashen idol. Okay, now we're going to step off this elevator on this side. Hello! Just who I was wanting to see. We don't have a lot of choice for where to fight this guy, because he can hit through the bloody wall. But maybe we can just sort of get him to forget about us. He got a bit mad when we opened the door. But as you can see from him being healed, there's our idol. Just there. Oh, come on. Oh, we got immunity! Since when do you ever get immunity? Opening doors. Never. But only when you actually freaking need it. Amazing. So, I mean, you can fight this guy, or you can go past him, straight to this thing, take out the healer, and it will no longer be healing him. And then you can fight him, if you like. Oh, I did a push. Don't think I could have done that if I had meant to do that. Only when I don't mean to do it. Can that way? Oh, interrupted my heal, did you? Did you interrupt my heal? Oh, that's fine. That's fine, mate. Go on, then. Watch that lava coming out your shoulder. Okay. Right, so that was our last Ashen idol slash, well, we wanted the soul of Natalia, Bride of Ash. But that was the last one that was like unaccounted for. Which is fantastic. You got the life ring +3 there. I don't know if that actually tells you how much life it gives you. It can't be very much. I'm curious though. So what we got, 2124 with the third dragon ring. 2124, and it puts us to 2442. So do the maths on percentages if you like. But yeah, I don't know. We have so much health already. I don't know how good the life ring is. Like, careful, obviously, the temptation to roll through these boxes, but that is a sheer drop. Just there. Flame butterfly is always good. Maybe not at this stage of the game, but like, if you do New Game Plus, you might need some flame butterflies. What have we got in here? We got Titanite Shard times 10. Petrified somethings. And a broadsword +7. It went like eerily quiet out there, didn't it? And then out here, I don't think there's anything. Anything out here? No. Okay, cool. Perfect. Right, so we're doing good. We're doing well. We're doing good. Shall we treat ourselves to a cheeky boss fight? I think we're due one. It's been like, what, 2 hours of walkthrough with no boss? But the good news is, with the exception of the Iron Passage, that's us done. Like, there's no more, like, level done. That's all the level done. Iron Passage is a different beast. So, yeah, that's kind of, like, it's boss time. It's Fume Knight time. It's Sir Alonne time. We're gonna get all the souls of Thingy. Yon Thingy Lassie. And, yeah, it's gonna be great. 68,000 souls. Can that get me a level? Yes. It can. So let's go and bank those and talk about Fume Knight. So other than the Ashen Idols healing him, which is, I guess, like one of the mechanics of his fight, Fume Knight is pretty straightforward. He's just a guy with a sword, except he has like 2 swords, technically. The key thing with Fume Knight is learning his timings, learning his moveset. He only actually has a few moves to learn. He has a phase 2, which activates just before halfway through the fight, where he transforms his like 2 separate swords into one single sword. And in my opinion, phase 2 in a lot of ways is easier than phase 1, but in a lot of ways is much harder. But what is going to make it so much easier is we have the whole arena to fight in. If you don't have to worry about so much about where the boss is positioned. You can keep him in the center of the room. This boss is really scary if you happen to get pinned against the wall. So there's that. As for where I'm going to put my level, it actually really doesn't matter. I don't care really at this stage. Maybe I just won't bother leveling at all and use these souls for something else. I don't know. Dex? I get, right, we'll have a point in Dex for a treat, because I think we'll use the rapier for certain things coming up. Okay, so let's just use these last souls to stock up on some life gems. You never know when you're going to need 100 life gems. Maybe some human effigies. Still got 20k. Oh yeah, we found Twinkling Titanite, didn't we? Level up our armor. That's a huge tip. Nothing's in need of repair, which is good. Level up our armor. Get maximum defense. We're not wearing a particularly defensive armor set, so we want to try and get as much defense out of it as possible while still remaining fashionable. Fume Knight is the kind of boss that you can survive a hit, but you will not survive 2 hits. And a lot of the time, if you take 1 hit, you're left very vulnerable, and then you just automatically take a 2nd hit. So we've got high defense for that reason. He is weak to strike because he is an armored guy. It's a lowermost floor to get to him. Naturally, he is resistant to fire. Pretty much everything in this DLC is, because it's a fiery DLC, so don't even bother with pyromancy. Also, don't bother with poison. I tried it on level 1. It doesn't work. So we're kind of forced. I love these bosses where you can't really cheese in any way. You're sort of just forced to learn every one of their attacks. Learn how to dodge them. As far as like explaining this fight for a multiple of builds, I kind of only know this fight as someone who would dodge attacks. I'm not really sure how you would do this fight in like a sort of tanky turtle build, because I don't think you can actually block that many of his 2-handed sword attacks. That's unless you have like insane amounts of poise, which in this game is a bit broken anyway. So we're going to be dodging all of his attacks, so hopefully that's not a problem. But if you just watch how I do it, hopefully it all becomes clear. This is a boss where you kind of always expect there to be another move in the combo. There are very, very small, tiny windows where you can like attack back, which is why I do think the rapier will be a really good option in this boss fight as opposed to the mace. The mace is going to do more damage, but the rapier is so much quicker, and also kind of has a bit more range because it's a thrusting weapon. You can pair the rapier with the old Leo ring, which is, you get that from, we're not going to need the stone ring for bosses anyway. Yeah, old Leo ring strengthens thrust weapon counter attacks. You get this from fighting the old Dragon Slayer in the base game. What this means is, if you attack the boss as he is in the middle of another animation, an attack animation, a dodge animation, a jump, anything like that, it counts as a counter, and this ring will just make the rapier do silly damage. It works very well on Sir Alonne. Fume Knight? We'll find out. Just always use this ring when you're using a thrusting weapon. Because I don't have 12 dexterity, I would need to sacrifice another ring slot for the dexterity ring in order to use the rapier. So instead, I'm going to show you 2 ways that you can do this fight. Firstly, we're going to build a caster setup and kill him just with spells. And then we're going to redo the fight and I'll show you the melee setup. So 2 options, 1 build. So first, spells. So we can stick with the Black Witch's hat because it's all leveled up. Did I level up the Black Hood? I did. So cool thing about the Black Hood is it improves casting speed as well. So it's not super fashionable. I think I look a bit silly. But yeah, that's maximum casting speed right there. I may as well get rid of the mace, replace it with the chime, and we'll have a caster try. And then we'll have a melee try after, and you can compare the two and see what one's going to work best for you. So first of all, before we do anything, oh, we've got, technically we have, oh no, we don't have an attunement slot because that was, we got that from my witch's hat, didn't we? Before we go fight the boss, we've got one more Ashen idol just to quickly take down. So if we stick to the, it's like a giant kiln, isn't it? It looks like a kind of helmet, like it was a giant statue. I think that's what it's meant to be. Yeah, one more Ashen idol to get with that. And then one more soul to pick up. And now we have the whole arena, which is what a treat. What a treat. Right, let's give Fume Knight a go with our spells. So, I mean, both tactics ended up being fairly similar. I guess just spells give you the advantage of range if you need it, but this boss has has gap closer, so it's from what I found, spells, melee is better, but spells are slightly more adaptable. You've got two choices when you come through this fog wall. One is to get up in his face, and you can get a couple hits in. However, he has like really, really high increased defense while he is spawning. So I would not waste a great resonance soul on him if I were you. Obviously, we've only got a certain number to cast a great resonance soul, but it's doing decent damage, 470. It's nothing to write home about though, and melee is still the better option on this boss. But like I say, it does give you the option of range. So, phase 1, he uses 2 swords. His small sword is going to focus on comboing you, and his big sword is much slower and easier to roll through. We're going to keep strafing around to the right, focusing on getting behind him. So just roll, roll, roll. You can see why this is a really stamina-intensive fight. Chloranthy Ring or Grasscrest Shield could be good for this fight. We just are constantly on low stamina. When he raises his big sword like this, he's going to block you. Just take the moment to compose yourself and wait until he drops it again. If you're rolling to the right every single time through the big sword, it will never hit you. It's fairly easy to dodge when you're rolling round to the right. The small sword, always expect there to be like another attack. Wait until you're absolutely sure the combo is finished before attacking, because he can always follow up with the big sword. Raises his sword, turns into phase 2. So phase 2, it's fairly easy to see when phase 2 starts. His sword gets covered in fire. So you can take advantage of that transition by healing or rebuffing or just whatever you need to do. So new attacks in phase 2. The principles remain the same, just sort of like staying up close to him and trying to get behind him, strafing around to the right and rolling through the sword. This attack here, the sort of screeching sweep attack, this is the best opportunity to attack back and to heal. And depending on the speed of your weapon, it might be your only opportunity to attack. So it's very easy to tell when it's coming because it's got a really loud screech. And you simply sprint around behind him, and you're wanting to sprint towards his right foot. So once you get to his right foot, then it is safe to attack. If you have any amount of distance between you, his gap closer is this sort of tiptoe and lunge attack. So he'll always do 2 steps and then a lunge, so you can like count his steps, tap tap, and then roll for the lunge. But just staying up close and personal, like right behind him, will avoid that attack entirely. When he raises his sword and plunges it down into the ground, you're going to want to back off immediately, because not only does this have an AoE explosion, it has little fireballs that come out from it as well. You can roll through the fireballs if you have high enough agility, which I do not, but I thought we'd give it a go. There we go again, tap tap lunge, tap tap lunge. It feels really good when you do manage to get it down. But yeah, so right back round behind him. Here's the screech. Run, as in sprint. Hold circle to sprint. Roll back when you see the AoE. Try and avoid the fire. I did manage to roll through it there, but just avoid it entirely. Run to his other foot and then do an attack. Tap, tap, roll. It is such a dance, this fight. The combos are maybe the scariest thing. Right, run round back. If you are caught too far away when he does his screeching sort of slash, you need to run away. It's got like, the range isn't too big. Mid-range, if you're at mid-range, you need to like decide, can I run to him or should I run back, basically. But yeah, we'll go over more tactics in the melee try, which is coming up. We're just first going to talk about builds, but we'll get to that. Right, so that is a pretty good caster setup. The fight did go on quite a long time because my Dark Orbs were just not really doing that much damage to him. Let's set up a sort of melee build with what we have at the minute. So it's going to be dark focused, because that's what our like stats are in. Let's attune the staff. And then we've got, I just think the mace is good, but the rapier just works better. It's just, the mace is just sort of like that short range. So we're going to go a rapier. So we're going to buff the rapier with dark, thanks to the Dark Sunset staff. Rings wise, third dragon ring, pretty good. Old Leo ring. Ah, frick, I just did that fight as a caster with the old Leo ring. Oh well, never mind. We're not going to need the bluestone ring or the abyss seal. So instead, we're going to need the dexterity ring because I don't have the dex to use the rapier. With this ring, we now have 14 dex, which is not that high. The rapier's not going to be doing that much damage. But as you will see, it's still pretty good. As well as this, we're going to equip the... Let's go with Flynn, I think. Flynn's ring over Ring of Blades. If you have Ring of Blades +2, we've got +1. But if you have +2, it's from fighting the dual pursuers in the throne room in Drangleic Castle. I don't have that for some reason. I guess we never did it in the walkthrough. But Flynn's ring, if you have a maximum equipment load of under 60... Flynn's ring will make you do 50 more damage, whereas Ring of Blades +1 is like 30 or something. But yeah, Flynn's ring, better for our current situation. I'm going to go ahead and take off these arrows because they annoy me. But obviously, whatever armor you have doesn't matter as long as you are fast rolling. So, like so. Alright, let's get everything out. Need to attune spells, need to attune dark weapon. One thing I did actually fail to mention here when we were talking about rings is the Simpleton's ring. If you have low agility from either low attunement or low adaptability, rolling through Fume Knight's attacks is going to be much harder. You can combat this by equipping the +5 ADP on this ring, and I bet you start to see a big difference. Either that or just go respec your stats to have more agility, because you really should have like mid to high 90s by this stage in the game. Fume Knight and Sir Alonne are two bosses that really suffer from low agility, for sure. So like I briefly mentioned in the last try, stuff like rolling through the fire is all affected by agility, so like higher agility would mean an easier time of rolling through that. It just gives you options. Okay, back to phase 1 again. We're looking at the sword. So I'm literally just rolling. He's definitely done, and then I can get a couple of hits in thanks to how fast the rapier is. If you've got a slow weapon, obviously just one hit. Again, roll. Here's another attack coming. That attack you actually don't need to roll because it's so slow, and the hitbox stops quite early. I did a bad here and I decided to buff my weapon during the phase transition, but I didn't quite have enough time to do it. Luckily, I did have enough fire defense though, so is it worth taking a hit to buff your weapon? Absolutely not, but we got away with it. You have to try and get away with these things. So I try using a dried root on this fight because I think surely it's good. You know, we're taking chip damage, we've got the dried roots like slowly ticking away. It is not good. It is not good at all. It doesn't even do anything. Can't even see it healing. The only time it would ever be good is if you like use it outside the fog wall before you go in. Life gems all the way. Sword going in, we're rolling out, watching out for the fire, trying to position ourselves through it, but at the very last, like, you know. See, that slow sweep does have another possible combo because I was standing in front of him. If you're always behind him, he should stop his combos. So I did it bad here, and I actually rolled back away from him in a panic trying to heal, but he of course has an overhead slash, so be aware of that. The best time to heal is after the screeching sweep. It's not a good time to heal when he's doing that ground AoE with the fireballs. Here we go. So right, good place to heal right here, or to attack. And there we go. That was Fume Knight. That's incredible for how like much better melee was. It's the one where I was making mistakes. Amazing. I love that boss so much. I really hope you enjoyed it, whichever way you chose to fight him. In my opinion, melee just works a bit better. So I would go with that, even though you're like, but I am built for casting. Well, I mean, you saw both fights there, didn't you? So after beating Fume Knight, you can go and approach this throne and pick up the crown of the Old Iron King. Cool, DLC done, right? A faint heat lingers in the ancient crown. Now that the Fume Knight is down, we're free to go and fight Sir Alonne. So if we just take a wee look at the crown briefly. I mentioned in the previous DLC, Crown of the Sunken King, when we got the Sunken King's crown, that each of these crowns from these 3 DLC areas, plus a 4th that we will get later on from base game, they all have their own like little extra effects. So this one's kind of a funny little boy, and this one actually restores your spell casts. So although that can be great when you're like exploring a whole area, and like obviously that's going to take longer than 2 minutes, it's not a boss fight helm anyway. But yeah, I definitely could see how it could be good when you're like taking on a big long area before a boss. Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. You don't want to use this in a boss fight, though. You won't need to use this in a boss fight, I guess. But yeah, it's one to bear in mind. Crown of the Old Iron King. If you're struggling with spell uses, it might be an option. The lassie that we picked it up from, that is actually Nadalia down there. Now, it'd be really, really good to restore her soul, but we'll do that once we beat Sir Alonne. So that's where we're heading next. What's that down there? It's like a weapon. It's like I can just see his weapon. That looked so cool from far away when it was like 2 FPS. That looked really cool. Right, back to the bonfire. 96,000 souls. You might want to go and bank those. I may as well put another couple of points into Dex, because I think I'll use the rapier for Sir Alonne as well. I still have the dried root. Oh man, how about that dried root? I'm sure future Rachel will have a nice laugh with you about that, but I was mortified at the time. We'll use the rapier for Sir Alonne. As you can see, like with that extra cast speed like setup with the ring and the armor, including the helm, your cast speed is enough for these bosses. It is. I wasn't sure if it would be enough, but it is enough. But you have to have that whole setup, otherwise you're just far too slow. But yeah, we'll stick with melee, because I feel like if you know the melee strategy, you could know it as anything. Oh, I'm level 169. Is that where we stop leveling? That could be where we stop leveling. I don't know how much it takes us to level up. 39,000. And we're at 9 dex. Did I just put 2 points into strength instead of dex? That's hilarious. I was thinking about 69ing and not about where I was putting my points. That's so funny. Oh well, I guess this is not where we stop leveling, because I wanted 12 dex. Never mind. If you make a mistake like that, you can go and respec, but I don't care really, but yeah. Okay, so Sir Alonne time for Sir Alonne, Sir Alonne time. Back to the foyer. No, not back to the foyer, back to the smelter throne. Yeah, we're definitely doing Blue Smelter last because he just sucks. And also he feels so like extra. But we'll go into that later on. We'll cover that later. Okay, back to sort of hybrid setup. We will have time to switch things over before the boss. But we'll pretty much do this exact setup. So maybe we'll just stick with the rapier. Pop the chime on. Just for clearing out the trash on the way. And then maybe we'll swap Old Leo ring for the Abyss seal. Where's it gone? There. And then so we'll switch that back to Old Leo ring just before we go through the boss fog. That's what we'll do. Get these absolute pieces of pish off my equipment belt right away. Spells wise, we are good. Dark Weapon, Dark Orb, Great Resonant Soul, that's fine. As I mentioned, we're going to be using melee for Sir Alonne. He is weak to strike naturally, like the Fume Knight, because they are armoured dudes. They're all weak to strike. But the rapier is just so good. It's just so fast and it does have that extra range. You cannot ignore. It's like, strategies are not based on damage alone, in my opinion. But also, the faster you kill something, the less chances there are for you to mess up. So, yeah, a good offense does matter too. Okay, so it doesn't really matter what you want to use against this boss. Magic, lightning. Don't use fire. Use anything but fire. Dark Pine Resin, no point in using that. But, I mean, you can, I suppose. Be better to use Dark Weapon. Rotten Pine, he can even be poisoned, but he's super resistant to it, so I wouldn't bother. We actually still have Bright Bugs. I'm saving them, personally, for a future boss. Probably the last boss we'll do, Ludden Zalen. It's a real DPS check. Probably the only boss in this entire game where having as much damage as possible in as short a window as possible really, really matters. So that's what I'm saving the Bright Bugs for. But this is another good boss where it could be good to use Bright Bugs for because just the longer the fight goes on, the harder it is. This is a fight where there are very, very few margins for error. Not very many opportunities to heal. You get hit once, you panic trying to heal, and then you get hit again. So it's if having more damage helps you, I understand that. But we do have a few Bright Bugs. We are going to keep our weapon buffed if we can. I don't think we'll have a chance to rebuff it. There's no phase 2 per se with this boss. He kind of switches things up a little bit halfway through, but not really. He gets like one new attack. Well, no, it's like two new attacks. He does do a bit of dark damage, so I guess that's something to bear in mind, but we are wearing the Witches set, so we'll be absolutely fine if we do get hit. It's not going to hit me that hard. 50 vigor. You're not really worried about anything, are you? Right, so I thought we'd go over all that here now while we're at the bonfire rather than when we are in the memory, because this is, in fact, a memory, and one cannot reside within the memory for long. I do believe this one is fairly lenient as opposed to the ones in the Dead Giants. I think the Giants you get like 5 minutes, but Sir Alonne's armor you get like 20 minutes or something. I'm not 100% on that, but it always feels like you have more than enough time to clear everything out before you get to the boss fog. The boss will not kick you out. As long as you get to that boss fog and start the fight, you're fine, you're golden, so you don't have to worry about that, but you do have to get to the boss within a certain time. What I would recommend doing is to summon Drifter Swordsman Idel and Steel-Willed Laurie and use them to get to the boss. Do you know what? Screw it. Let's do it. Use them to get to the boss and then desummon them when you get to the boss. This is a strategy that we used for the Gank Squad. However, we didn't... the Gank Squad. The Grave Robber Trio in the previous DLC. We used this strategy, but we despawned them before we got to the actual boss because we didn't want them getting in the way, didn't want them increasing the boss's health pool. And I'm showing solo boss strategies, but they are absolutely fantastic to have just for making your way to the boss, because as you'll see very shortly, this area can get quite tedious. The salamanders, one on the right, one at the top right, and then one at the very back, they will spit. They'll do lots of spitting. So the idea is we're going to stay out of line of sight of them. Just pull these guys one at a time. Let our tanks tank them. We've got air support. There's like 5 or so of these guys hiding behind the pillars. Oh, there's another one. So just pull one and then back out of the line of the... Is Lottie going for the salamander? No, she's coming back. She's coming back. So you don't want to fight them in line with the fireballs. These two are both proper tanks. Like, oh, just wait. You can kill the salamander, I guess. Oh, I took off my... Actually, just because these guys are kind of dumb, let's just kill the salamander. This is why I don't summon NPCs. They're so dumb. You can try and get him in the tummy. Nice. Okay, have they pulled another one? No, I think we're good. Good to pick up these. Smooth and silky stones, human effigies, skeptic spice. Okay. 3 rusted coins. Those increase luck. I don't think there's anything in this little corridor here. Nope. They've pulled the next salamander. There's definitely a guy. Oh, there we go. We pulled that guy, so we'll just wait for him to come to us. And the cool thing is, it's fine if we want to use all our spells for the trash on the way to the boss, because we don't need them for the boss. And even if we did, we've got herbs that can restore them. So it's worth taking the time, as you'll see in a sec, to clear out this area. At least the first time. Get all the pickups. You can sort of see your pathing. You can run through this area, and in fact it might be quite helpful for me to show you how. I will do that. Show you how to run through this area while you are progressing the boss. But bring Lottie and Idle the first time to clear out the area. Can I not die, please? That was close. Yeah, clear out the area, get all the drops. You get what I'm trying to say. I'm under pressure. My tanks are not very good at tanking. They're not attractive enough. They get so confused when I run away. They're like, oh, should we all be running? Should we be coming with you? Will I get the salamander spitting at me? Yeah. Nice. Oh, we actually got the one in the back spitting too. Idol's pulled them. This guy at the back has the sort of lightning sword weapon. It's just the same guys that we saw at the Iron Keep. Back at the Iron Keep. Lottie is taking fireballs to the face like it's going out of fashion. Right, this round here leads to the salamander if you don't have any range. If you don't have any range, just don't kill the salamanders, really. You can just avoid them. Because going around behind them and hitting their tail... Do you know what? It's probably not that bad. It takes a while. It's probably not that bad, though. They're quite easy to avoid. Just avoid them. This one at the back is probably the only scary one. But yeah, you can hit their tail. Oh, it's not too bad, actually. I had in my head that it was... Maybe they're weak to thrust. Yeah, that was not too bad at all. I thought they were super, like, defensive from behind. So with the salamander down, you can safely drop down to the next area. Come on. Okay. So this next bit has, like, 2 levels. You've got the grate at the top. And then, of course, you can fall down to the level at the bottom. Hello. Nice to see you. Thanks for interrupting me. How rude. And then yeah, I'll talk about how to run through this area after. That's something I got very good at when I was fighting this boss over and over again. Fairly recently. Excuse me. Archers in the back. Run to the side. See if you can make them come to you. Perfect. Keep out of line of sight. One of them has... Oh, there we go. They've both got their swords out. That's what you want. There's still one in the back there shooting. But my phantoms seem to be invincible. That guy had like 1 HP for the longest time. Yeah, there's still one in the back. Over here. If we rush him... Whoa! You can get hit through the grate by the fireballs. I suppose that makes sense because there's holes in the floor. So the fire would go through the holes. Heck. Okay, right. We're sticking to the left, guys. We're sticking to the left. While that salamander is alive. Okay, down there, like literally just down through there is... Oh, he's spitting. Is the boss, is Sir Alonne, but we've got a couple things to pick up just on the lower level. If you fall down through the holes, there might be a moment of panic, but there is a staircase at the side here, which is how you get back up again. Like so. So if you fall down there, just find this door here and head back up again. I'm not sure how far the fireballs go. How far do the fireballs go? Pretty far. Pretty far, but you're safe here. Whew. Oh, it's been a good session for me. Usually I do these in a couple of sessions, but I don't know. I like this area. I like this area a lot, even though it's full of BS. I like it a lot. Right, so binoculars. You're not gonna spit? Yeah, there you go. Big crits. And if you... Whoa! Hello. Oh, there's 2 of them. And if you have no range, that door there is how you get round to the salamander. Whew! Which has dropped something. Oh, cracked red eye orb. Okay. So you see what I mean about, like, we're really taking our time here, clearing out everything, and there's no hint of the ashen mist fading. Right, and the last thing to do is just go through this bit here, because we missed this shiny. It's the Twin Blade +7. Kind of hidden. Kind of well hidden. Right, so if you like, with those all cleared out, you can go and fight the boss. If you want to dispel the phantoms, you can do so with the black crystal, black separation crystal. So you have to use that. Guess we'll have to use it twice to do Lottie and Idel. You can hear an old armor set behind the fog wall, clinking and clunking. So the reason we've sent them back, bosses are just more predictable when you're fighting them one-on-one. Oh, there we go. Look, one cannot resist. So that was a full clear. We really took our time, and that we had enough time to do that. So if we went through the fog wall now, we'd be fine, but it's about to run out and send us out anyway. Yeah, the reasons to not bring phantoms into the boss fight. Boss is way more predictable and also has less health when it's one-on-one. You bring a phantom or another player and the health goes up 50% per phantom. So if you have 2 phantoms, he's got double health. So it's not cool. Right, so yep, Sir Alonne, ready to fight him. What I'm going to do is just show you, oh my god, I've just died 6 times to this boss and I can't be bothered fighting the trash every single time. Run back to the boss. We're going to refill our spells and our Estus, not that we're going to use either of them. We're We're mainly going to use, if we need them, life gems. So I guess the fact that we picked up some radiant life gems is a good thing, even though I died for them. That's the only healing that we'll be doing in this fight. And I should have equipped those for Fume Knight as well, I realise. I thought this thing would have kicked me out by now, so I'm just going to kick myself out. We'll have a rest, and then we'll do the zoom zooms. Okay, I mean, it takes forever, especially on me because I'm playing offline, but like it is a way of doing it that involves not having to kill everything every single time, so maybe that makes things less frustrating for you. Okay, we can't hang around long, so because we can't reside in the memory for long, so without further ado, here is Sir Alonne. So as you go through the fog wall, you will get a couple of seconds if you did want to buff your weapon inside. That works too. I wouldn't rush him and attack him as he's standing up. He will take less damage anyway. So, Sir Alonne, we'll go over the basics and then we'll talk about a couple real problem areas and we'll look at a couple of more attacks in more detail. So this is another one of those bosses where we're going to be dodging the sword to the side. Obviously, this is bolstered by if you have high agility, high ADP. A couple of hitboxes are really tricky and a couple of dodges are really difficult, but here hopefully this will help you with dodging them. First of all, combos, same with Fume Knight, he will tend to keep comboing if you are in front of him, so aim to strafe around behind him, and then once you are sure that he has stopped attacking, you're going to want to get one hit in. In very rare occasions you might go for two if you're using a fast weapon like I am with the rapier. The annoying thing is with the rapier is that because it's a thrusting weapon, you need to wait until your roll is completely finished before pressing the attack button, otherwise you can easily miss with the rapier. So first of all, let's talk about his long range sort of gliding sweep. He does a lot of like jumping around, and quite often he will jump away from you and then set up for this like charging attack. You can always see him warming up for it because he lowers his sword sort of behind him and you can see him sort of bend his knees. He's getting ready to rush at you. So this actually has two different timings and it will always cross the entire length of the room to get to you, to where your position is when he starts the attack. Haha, I chose those words carefully because you can actually roll backwards at any time. It doesn't have to be like perfect dodge timing to avoid this attack. This was game changing for me once I figured this out. Because, like I said before, there are different timings on this charge attack. Sometimes it can be instant, really fast, and sometimes it is delayed. And if you're rolling forward, which is the more strategic move, if you're trying to, you know, get a couple of hits in after it, he can easily catch you out, and it could lead to death. So what I found to be effective is rolling backwards to avoid this and just taking the L and accepting that when he charges, I can't get an attack in after it safely. He has a sort of pseudo phase 2 that he gets around 70% where he starts using this sort of jump attack. Again, I'm convinced this has slightly different timings. It can either be like instant or it can be kind of a little bit slower. Either way, when you see him go up in the air, you want to roll away to the side and make sure you're a good distance away from him, because even if his sword doesn't hit you, he sort of has like an AoE sort of flattening effect around the ground around him. So you want to avoid this. It's fairly easy to see after a couple of tries whether his combos are going to be a sweep or a thrust. He has a lot of wind up. So you can always tell if it's a sweep, dodge forward and to the right or the left, whatever you prefer. And if it's a thrust, you always want to dodge directly to the side. So you can see here, I'm rolling forwards through his charge attack, which does allow me to get a couple of hits in, but it is a much tighter dodge timing. It's harder to pull off, especially in phase 2 when the timings start changing up. So you need to get in the habit of realizing when you need to dodge forwards, when you need to dodge back, and when you need to dodge to the side. This is why I think this boss is possibly the most difficult 1v1, because you can like learn something and then it's like, haha, it's different now. Right, another attack we want to talk about is this cursed sword attack. If this connects with you, and believe me, it will, he lifts you into the air in humiliation. It takes quite a lot of damage off you, and it buffs his sword in the same way that the Pursuer does. This is a really, really difficult attack to dodge. It cannot be blocked either. So again, high agility. You want to use the Simpleton's Ring, level up adaptability, or attunement, that kind of thing is going to save you here. Otherwise, the dodge timing, you're basically looking for when he has fully lowered his sword. He sort of lowers it slowly, and then once it is fully lowered, it's then gonna stab. So wait until it's fully lowered, and then you're gonna want to roll at the very last second. It's a very late roll. And also roll to the side, not into him. It has a sort of long hitbox. When he is at range from you and you hear him screeching, ringing, charging up his sword, then he's gonna do a projectile attack at you. Depending how far away you are, he only really tends to do it to me when I'm quite far away, so it's very easy to dodge. As soon as you see him far away, his sword is glowing, it's ringing, start strafing to the side, and then when the projectile comes out, you can do a roll. You might not even need to do a roll, just to the side, just to avoid it. The main thing to keep in mind is to roll backwards as soon as you see him start to move from this charge attack, and it'll never hit you. Whereas if you're trying to roll forwards, you have to judge the timing based on how far away from you he is, and that's much harder. So again, we have another thrust here that we're dodging at the very last second. It's not the end of the world if you do get hit by this, but it is, it could be the start of the end. A little bit of patience is all it takes, learning each move individually, and yeah, agility is what wins this, I think. And it's just a case of having a couple tries, learning the timings, and enjoying the dance. One thing I didn't mention is that he also has a parry stance. It's just kind of reflexive at this point. You see a boss sort of start to hold his sword a little differently. You assume that that is going to be a block or a parry. In this case, it is a parry. And if you do attack him while he is holding his sword like this, he will parry you and then he will crit you and possibly kill you. So don't. Just wait for it to go away. It doesn't take long. If you do manage to absolutely master this boss, and I highly recommend you consider it because it's a great time, if you beat this boss without taking a single hit, you will unlock the special sort of death animation where he is just totally humiliated. He's like, do you know what? You're pretty cool. I am rubbish. And he stabs himself. He seppukus, which is very satisfying, actually. Yeah. But we took a few hits, but I don't care. We've got places to be and people to kill, so he just dies the normal way. Oh, well done. You've beaten what is, in my opinion, maybe the most difficult 1v1 in this game. I think he's a fantastic boss. I hope you enjoyed it. What really lets him down is just the run back is just trash. So I think a lot of people don't get to really appreciate him that much because of that. I know it took me a while. But yeah, hopefully you learned some things there. I did make some mistakes, but I felt people watching me, that way. So yeah, hopefully I was able to help you with that one, because that is, in my opinion, maybe the hardest fight. I can't think of a harder 1v1 fight, really, in this game. But with him down, we can now examine the throne to get our final Smelter Wedge. That is going to give us our final soul fragment of Nadalia. Let's go. Touch it again to be teleported out. And our final Ashen Idol is actually the first Ashen Idol. And it's back here at the very first bonfire at the throne floor. So we're going to go ahead and pick that up. I think if we rush straight to it... Oh no, it is going to do the fire. Well, I got lucky there and didn't have fire spawn right underneath me, but I probably should have waited until after the firestorm. We can pick up our 12th Soul of Natalia. So, with 12 in your inventory, they automatically change from fragment into the actual... There you go, Natalia is no more. The true Soul of Natalia acquired. And that changes automatically into that in your inventory. Bride of Ash. So, you can trade this with Weaponsmith Ornifex to get the Chime of Screams, which sounds bloody awesome, but it's so mid, in my opinion. Or with Strayed to get Outcry, which will help you towards your trophy for collecting all the pyromancies. So, up to you, I guess. Depends how much you care about trophies, depends if you want to try Chime of Screams. It literally just has this gimmick of, like, it gives you faith. So, like, if you want to use some miracles, but you don't have a lot of faith, you can use this, I guess, but it'll increase your faith the lower your faith is. So if you have, like, high faith, it doesn't give you very much, but if you have, like, really low faith, it'll give you quite a lot. But the cast speed is hilariously slow. It's not very good. It's a weird one. You would expect, after doing all this work to get it, that it would be really good, but it's not. It's definitely situational, like it's got a time and a place. Maybe. We've got quite a lot of souls, so I'm going to quickly bank those, put them into dexterity this time, and then there's only one more boss left. Of this DLC anyway. The last DLC still has 3 to go. I actually only need, like, what, 6k? Let me see if I can just, like, because this will just free up a ring slot for me when I'm using the rapier. Great Hero is like 10k, I'm sure. Oh, it's 20k? Oh, oops, oops. But yeah, that's something I forget I can do. Like, I have all these souls in my inventory and I forget that I can, like, pop them just to get, like, one more level out. There we go. Perfect. So now I don't have to use the dexterity ring to use the rapier. I mean, more dex always equals more damage when you have a dex scaling weapon such as the rapier, but it's not much damage at all. So I'm going to go ahead and switch back to the cast speed ring there, and instead of Old Leo ring, we'll go back to the stone ring, and Flynn's ring we're going to swap back to the Abyss Seal, because the next bit that we've got, the Iron Passage, it sucks. It really, 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 really sucks. So... I think instead of the rapier, actually, even though we finally got the dex to use it, I'm going to go back to the mace. Yeah. Okay, 2 bosses down, 1 to go. It is time to finally deal with the weird, unloved child of the Brume Tower DLC. In a DLC that has, like, 2 really good bosses, it does have one that's kind of stinking, and that is the blue Smelter Demon. So we've already found the iron hallway entrance here that leads into the iron passage. This is the final boss, and then we're all done with this area. Kind of sad, but yeah. So Iron Passage. What is there to say about Iron Passage? It's first and foremost, it is designed for co-op. And I see that now. Now that I'm older and wiser, I see that now. It is designed for co-op. That's why it is the way it is. And all will become clear in just a second. So hopefully you have some human effigies left. I mean, I have loads. You can farm for them. I should probably make a video on that, actually. There's some quite simple ways to farm for human effigies in this game, if you're having trouble. But hopefully you've got one. If not, literally, do not despair. There's always ways around it. But hopefully you've got one, and you can summon our good pals, Laurie and Idel, just to help us actually get to the boss. Unlike with Sir Alonne, there's no time limit to get there, at least. So we're just going to have a quick chat. So, yeah, the good thing... Hi, Laurie. Hiya, welcome back. Hello! The good thing about bringing summons along is that there's just a lot of nonsense on the way back to this boss. And especially if the boss is giving you some trouble, the run back can get really frustrating. So just bringing these laddies along just to make things a little bit simpler, quicker and easier. First of all, you will notice that you are met with a choice, a crossroads. So you can go left or you can pull this lever and go right. Now, there's we're going to call it the high road and the low road because I'm Scottish and that makes me happy calling it that. So the low road, you can go, that's your sort of single player path, right? The high road leads to more treasure. None of it's particularly good. It's a trap, I guess. It's a trap. You're meant to think this way is much more exciting than it actually is. But what happens is you'll need other players for this. You'll need 2 other phantoms. One player, preferably not the host, will pull the lever, and the host and the other phantom, before they pull the lever, they're waiting here so that as soon as that lever is pulled, we go through the grate and into the next area. What happens when the lever is pulled is all these cages that have all these enemies inside them will all open all at once, so the enemies come out, and this cage at the bottom opens, and this salamander statue trap thing will start shooting fireballs at us, like, relentlessly. So it's kind of a bad time. You can try it solo, pull the lever and then just bolt it. You'll have to dodge both the enemies and the fireballs, but it is doable, and I've done it at level 1, so it is doable. It's just not fun, really. But then once you get down here, you'll notice you've got an astrologer right there who will attack you right away. And then you go down this passage and you will see another lever like this, just in case you do decide to go down that way. You go down there, you'll find another lever. Before you pull the lever, obviously your other phantom needs to pull it, and then you, if you're hosting, you need to be already waiting at the gate, because as soon as the gate opens, all the enemies come out, blah, 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 blah. But before the lever's pulled, you need to look behind you because there is an enemy waiting to ambush you as well. And that's as far as I got on level 1 before I gave up. I was like, no, enough of this. There was an item in one of these cells. Wasn't that one? Was it this one? Yeah, there we go. But I looked it up just to confirm. There are no unique items, no cool weapons, no cool armor sets, no cool rings, nothing really along the high road. I guess the only reason to take it is because it's fun. If you get the hang of rolling through the fireballs, it could potentially be a much faster way of getting back to Blue Smelter Demon, but sadly, we're just going to do the low road. We're going to stick with the low road. But that's the high road covered. You'll see as we go through the low road that the high road does have a lot of advantages, especially if you are a character that doesn't have much ranged options. But it's 6 and 2 3s. I think they're both kind of terrible. I actually think the high road's maybe worse. So we're going to let them tank, get behind him, get backstab. We do have a sorcerer casting these little lightning clouds at us. So ideally what we'd want to do is if you have a bow or a crossbow, you can like pull these guys one by one, but we're just going to body pull and then hope that my knuckleheads... No. So he's still aiming... Oh, he's aiming at them now. So yeah, one by one, you can safely... Oh no, you can't pull them safely one by one, but it's fine. This is why we have summons. But if you are alone, you'll need to get some kind of throwing knives or arrows or something like that. Not for damage, just literally just for pulling. Right, okay, so we now have the sorcerer and the astrologer. So this is a terrible time because we do no damage to that guy. We cannot get up here. The only way you can get up there and get that shiny is with... doing the high road. So we're going to focus on the astrologer. What he's doing there, where he kneels down and casts a spell, that's called Promised Walk of Peace. In Dark Souls 1 anyway. I don't know if it's called something different in this one. But what that will do, you can see an aura around my character, that'll make you twice as heavy as you usually are. So as you can see, I'm fat rolling. My equipment burden's only 34%. So if you have over 50% equipped... I don't want to use all my spells on this guy. Yeah, if you have over 50% and that spell hits you, it's got a really long range. Then you're going to be like you're going to be unable to roll. You're going to be unable to run. It's going to be a terrible time. What we're going to do is maybe just skip this guy and drop down here to this guy down here. Oh, did I not get the backstab? That was a weird one. I was kind of in the wall, to be fair. I don't think they're going to let it go. Right, so we'll drop down, take care of that guy, and then immediately hug the right. Okay, they are going to follow us. They are going to follow us. So there's a ghosty archer up ahead. They do follow us. If you have any kind of heal, medical, you can obviously heal your phantoms. Oh, there we go. He's having an Estus. Perfect. We want to body pull. There's one on the right here that I think we can get first. Just really, guys, I'm trying to be safe. And always sort of hug this wall on the right just to avoid the archer. Phantoms are probably going to pull the next guy, but by that time, we've got the first guy down. That's fine. There's another astrologer on the bridge at the top there, but it's just a case of like just trying to pull them one at a time. Please feel free to use your Estus at this point, because we're not going to be using the Estus in the boss fight. So save your life gems. If you have good big life gems, they'll be really good for this boss. Okay, we've pulled the astrologer. The archer guys, they are really high dark defense as well. We're just going to stay back here away from the astrologer. He's aiming at Laurie, which is great. If you're alone, it's obviously much harder. You're going to need to take a lot more time between your shots. And if you have no range whatsoever, you kind of have no choice but to just run through here. And what we'll do, same as with Sir Alonne, is I will show you how you can just quickly run through here at the end. Okay, so we did manage to get him to come down. He's doing his promised walk of peace. And luckily we have, you know, plenty of dark orbs. I'm just going to eat that because I'm wearing a caster set, so I have like really good magic defense anyway, so it's fine. Again, this shiny we can't get. The only way we can get that is if we pull the second lever and survive. So cannot get that. But like I say, I looked it up. There's nothing. There's like a Titanite chunk is probably the only cool thing there. There's a simpleton spice, stuff like that. Yeah, nothing that you don't already have. Nothing unique. But what the Hydro does give you is an advantage in this final room. This final room, if you have no range, is such a nightmare. But luckily we have range. Hey. And all of these things influenced my decision to not go completely melee. Like when I was thinking about changing for the DLC, I was like, well, this is going to suck with no range. Okay. Oh my god. So I was hoping we could get the astrologer down before the archer. Oh, okay, astrologer is down. Nice. Okay. Unfortunately, the astrologers also have a spell that they cast around them that if it hits us, it stops us from being able to cast any spells, which kind of sucks, but hey, we have the mace. So we're kind of just like staying at the back of the room so as not to pull this big guy. The summons make this pretty trivial, but this guy's really annoying. Again, being careful not to pull this guy. We can sort of go close to him to avoid the arrows. Yeah, big guy wants nothing to do with us, which is great. I'm the only one with range. Is Idel going for the big guy? Oh, Idel, man. I was going to poison him. Right, and now you've brought him back here to us. Okay, cool. Nice one. This is what not to do. This is what not to do. Dumbass phantoms. Okay, brilliant. This guy's fallen down. Great. So now my phantoms can go for him. We're just chugging away, providing air support. Ranged backup. Laurie's just looking at me like, boss, what do I do? Boss, what do I do, boss? These big guys are going to eat up a lot of spells. Like I said, we have herbs that I'm going to use before the boss fight, but an easier way to deal with these big laddies is to poison them and just sort of run around. But you definitely want him to be the last thing that you fight. So we pulled him far too early because of these knuckleheads. Okay, so that was it. Like I said, not too bad when you have summons and when you're not too bothered about how many spells you use, because obviously we can just go ahead and eat a amber herb, twilight herb, or a wilted dusk herb and get all our spell cast back. But yeah, if you have no range, you're gonna have to get some, or you're gonna have to just like sort of run for it. And that's what we're gonna do now. So I can't use my feather because I have some phantoms. Let me just quickly get rid of them and we'll go back to the bonfire and I'll show you the pure melee strat for this, I guess. Okay, so we're back at the bonfire. We're going to now look at a sort of the frustration run. I am not killing this trash 12 times. I just want to get back to the boss. Get me back there right away. So obviously an amount of skill is needed for this. Sort of baiting an enemy into attacking and then like rolling away from it, but you can dash past these first ones, no bother. Here's when it starts to get tricky because you've got to watch that archer who has taken a while to notice us. You've got Promise Walk of Peace here. Ignore the bloodstain. The funniest thing happened. I died of fall damage jumping down here the first time. Then stick to the left, go around the left hand side of this guy. We got hit, but the thing is, don't stop, keep going. Sort of zigzag, go through the fog wall, and then you can heal because this boss takes a wee while to wake up. So you have time to heal. Right, I'm not ready to do this boss yet. Let's go back. No, let's go back. I want to go back. It's faster but more dangerous. So it's up to you at what sort of stage you're at. When I did this at level 1, I literally killed everything 12 times, and then I got to the final room and I was just so sick of trash. I just wanted to fight the boss. So I went for the boss and I did the boss at like flipping 5 tries or something mental like that. So it's not so bad. I don't think you need to farm out the trash unless you are melee only, no range, really struggling to run past everything, getting really frustrated. Then maybe you could just kill everything 12 times. So it stops respawning. So yeah, the key thing is your equipment light. As long as you're lightly equipped but high defense, such as the Black Witches set, that strategy works. Okay, no doubt I'll need another voiceover over that, but that's fine. Okay. Right, time to actually go and do the boss now, this time. So I'm just going to run past everything again because that's nice and quick and works for me. This boss, couple things with this boss. So he is exactly the same as the Smelter Demon, which means he is highly susceptible to poison. So we're going to be using poison. Because we're a caster, you would think Toxic Mist and Poison Mist, right? But the problem is with these, although they are very good, they're quite slow to cast and they leave you very, very open to Big Blue Smelty who can kill you in 2 hits. So what I'm going to suggest is something that can work even if you're not a caster, and that is poison knives. So you can buy poison knives from Gavlan. If you've done Gavlan's questline, you have to meet him 3 times. No Man's Wharf, Harvest Valley, and then he settles in Doors of Pharos. So when he's there, you can buy poison knives from him, and anyone can use these no matter what your stats are. The good thing about these as well is you can use these from range. There's going to be a few openings where we're just going to be chucking poison knives at him. So these work really well for Blue Smelter Demon. Another thing to point out is that we do have some bright bugs left. This is a boss I would say that warrants a bright bug if you have one. Keep 1 or 2 definitely for Lud and Zalen, but I've got 4, so I would maybe, if I wasn't doing a walkthrough, I'd probably use a bright bug on this boss, put it that way. You could also use rotten pine resin. Because, you know, we're going to be up in melee with him. We're going to be hitting him with melee. So you could use that to help get the poison up on him. But what I find is he gets poisoned really quickly. But it like wears off really quickly. So the poison knives, rotten pine resin, they both work. They both work. He, instead of normal Smelty doing fire damage, Blue Smelty does magic damage. So it could be an idea to get, instead of our stone ring, which isn't going to do anything against this boss, it's not going to be staggering this boss, we could swap that for the spell quartz ring, just in case we do get hit. We already have really high magic defense in this armor set, though, this fully upgraded Black Witches set, so I don't think I will personally need the spell quartz ring, but it's a solid shout for this boss. He does physical, but he does magic as well. It's like split damage. So yeah, either spell quartz or steel protection. Stamina. Stamina is a really good shout. Stamina recovery for this boss. It's very much a like dodge hit, dodge hit, dodge hit kind of boss. So yeah, Chloranthy ring could be good. Myself personally, I plan to use the mace. This boss is a big armor boy, so weak to strike damage. So I'm going to pop on Flynn's ring to give me a bit of extra damage on my mace. And then we have spells for support. We're going to buff the mace with dark. The boss has really high defense against everything, but like a slightly less dark defense. So we're going to use a mix of poison, dark, mainly melee, but I might weave in some spells. We'll see how it goes. It's good to have options because you'll spend a lot of time weaving in and out with this boss. One thing we're going to do actually is we're going to tidy up. I'm going to leave the Estus on just because we are going to run through, so I might get hit and we'll use an Estus. Or I don't know, we could use life gem. But yeah, 21 old radiant life gem. You want to put your best life gems on your bar because this boss, much like the red Smelty, has from about halfway a constant pulsing damaging aura, which is actually why we're going to use dried root as well. However, again, dried root takes so long to use. I'd say dried root would work if you are clearing the trash, but I don't know if it's going to work if you're running through. But dried root could be good. It lasts like 3 minutes or something. It lasts ages. And it's just this constant like health regen. There's also a ring that does this that could be a good shout actually to use. I don't know how many hexes we're going to use. Clear bluestone ring. +1. Yeah. Third dragon ring is good. Lingering dragon crest ring is a good shout as well. Because we're going to be using dark weapon hex. If you're using resins, obviously this doesn't apply. And another one just to quickly shout out is the Simpleton's Ring. Once again, where is it? Where's it gone? There. Much like with Sir Alonne and Fume Knight, this boss has like crazy hitboxes that really catch you out if you have low agility. So what you can do just to bolster that. So you have got 93, which is not very high. As you can wear the Simpleton's Ring, that'll give you 5 adaptability, which puts us up to 96. So 96 is actually a break point for gaining an extra invincibility frame. So I actually think I'm going to keep on the Simpleton's Ring there because it does make a difference. I've seen it. Right, okay, let's roll with mainly melee, backed up by hexes, buffing dark weapon on the mace. We have poison knives that we're going to also keep that poison going. We've got life gems, and the dried root is literally we're going to pop that once. Right, so yeah, lingering dragon crest for dark weapon to last a bit longer. Flynn's ring to make our mace do more damage. Abyss seal to make our hexes do more damage. And the Simpleton's ring to help us dodge through the fiery sword. Fiery magic sword, whatever. It's like blue fire, kind of. Right, this is the setup that I'm going with. But obviously mix and match to suit your needs. Pop a human effigy to get your health to full. Oh, why not? I've got loads, why not? I realise as well, like I'm actually like a really high level as well. But I feel like Dark Souls 2 just like throws levels at you, so hopefully you're not too bad. Right, let's go ahead and run through. Okay, when you get to the fog wall, you do have time to do one thing after you go through it, and here obviously I had to choose heal. I tried to be a little cheeky and also fit in a weapon buff, but in reality, nah, you have time for one thing. So I do get hit here, and it's because I was cheeky. So yeah, go through the fog wall. You have time to either heal or buff, but at least you have time to do one thing. There will be plenty of other opportunities where you can buff, which are much safer than the one that I chose to try and take. Try and use life gems rather than Estus in this fight because of the time it takes to use them, and also because of their trickling heal effect. That will come into effect. He's got like a phase 2 and a phase 3. Here's the start of phase 2 where he does have this damaging aura. So right away, Smelter is just a guy with a sword, so a lot of the time we're going to be looking to just roll through the sword. However, this one does have a twist, especially if you got good at the other Smelter Demon fight, because it feels like every single attack is exactly the same, but just with a different timing. And there's a couple that I do want to point out, which have like really tripped me up in the past. So first of all, a really obvious one, if you see him jump up into the air, wait until he gets to the apex of his jump and then roll backwards. Do not approach him after he has fallen, even though he looks like he's wide open. He will always follow this up with an AoE attack if you're close. Like if you're a million miles away, I think he won't do it, but just don't go anywhere near him. Use this as an opportunity to heal, to buff, to throw some poison knives at him. The actual attacks are fairly simple. He's got a stab if you're far away from him, which does have a little tippy tap and then thrust the same way the Fume Knight did. If you're at close range, I'm dodging through to the right, even though this boss is right-handed, but it's just a habit, I guess. Luckily, because we have the Simpleton's Ring, dodging is not too much of a problem. We're aiming once again to just get behind the boss, to get a couple of hits in once we're behind him. So you'll get a lot of time at the start of phase 2 to either heal or attack or whatever, but he does have a massive like defense boost while he is transitioning. So I'm using this to throw some poison knives. So it's quite hard to see. I realize I thought the poison was much better than this. But as soon as you see a number 15 coming up, that is it slowly trickling away, 15 health at a time, like he is poisoned. It is quite hard to tell because you can't see the health bar moving, but yeah. That's him poisoned. The poison does happen really quickly, but also like wears off really quickly. So it's actually not as good as I remembered it being. It was good for level 1, but yeah, we would have probably been better using our range time to throw a Dark Orb or to throw a Resonant Soul. But I quite like showing a strategy that can be used by anyone and not just a caster. So that's why I went with Poison Knives. I'm playing this quite a few times because I feel like I've got a lot to go over, and I kill this boss kind of quickly. So phase 1, all you have to worry about is the sword. Get used to the timings. Especially watch out for his sort of overhead vertical slam attack. This is actually delayed. A lot of his attacks are really delayed. Which is why I mentioned this fight is really hard if you got good at original Smelter, because all the timings are totally different. So jump, we roll back. Yeah, if you keep rolling around to the right and you have high enough agility, you should be able to get away with the timing on the sword swings. When he goes into phase 2 and he gets a fiery belly, this is him. He now has the damaging aura. So be aware, just keep an eye on your health bar. It's not too bad. We do have 50 vigor, but if you have low health, you'll need to pop a life gem. Just have a life gem going constantly to try and combat this damage. Right, so here we have the overhead slam. In phase 2, it's fairly delayed, it's fairly slow, but in phase 3, bear in mind, that will be instant. So don't get too used to the timing on that. Just like the timings on all the attacks are like different. So now we're going to phase 3. So now he has the damaging aura still, but also his sword is covered in fire, which is doing more magic damage. Well, it's doing magic damage now, isn't it? So if he hits you, he's going to hit much harder now. The dodge timings, as you can see right here with this overhead slam, are now also completely different. So the main one to keep aware of is this overhead. So like as soon as you see that sword going up, when it's at the very, very top, you're going to want to roll because it is instant. As before, we're still just going to keep our distance when he jumps up in the air. And we're going to keep strafing around him just until we're 100% sure he has stopped attacking. And then we're getting 1 to 2 hits in, but never any more than that. The only time it would be safe to get more than that is if we're at range, if he's just done a jump attack and he's doing an explosion. Other than that, you don't really have time to do more than 2 attacks, really. So yeah, here, like, definitely doing a spell would have been a much better choice than the poison knives. I see that now. Another nice slow delayed sweep attack. You really have to be on your toes, which is why a bit of magic defense, physical and magic defense on your armor and your rings, is the ticket with this boss, because it's quite hard to dodge every attack. So I'm trying to just like see if we can get a few more attacks out here. I'm trying to get him to do another overhead slam. There's a tip thrust attack. He'll only do that if you're at range from him, and you should always back off if you're near the walls, because I don't know if you can see, there's like pillars around the walls. You don't really want to be pinned up against the wall with this boss, really. So just constantly try and control him, keep him in the center. You're going to be spinning around him anyway. That was a bad thing there. I thought I had time to cast a spell, but I don't have my spell casting speed stuff equipped, so I didn't. But yeah, there we go. So boss is 1 hit away from dying. I'm just like sort of like stretching this out a little bit because I'm worried about my ability to explain this boss correctly. Because it is all timings. My biggest piece of advice is, yeah, phase 3, the overhead is instant. Phase 1 and 2, it's delayed. So get used to that. And also the thrust, there we go, tap, tap. So it's like left foot, right foot, and then thrust. That was another thing that really helped me, because you are going to need to, like, obviously control him around the arena more. But yeah, that was Blue Smelter Demon. Okay, hopefully that didn't, I really didn't want that to go on that long, but there was just a couple of attacks I just could not get him to do. But hopefully that all made sense. It is one of those bosses where it's like, he's just a guy with a sword. So a lot of the time it is just learning the timings, but definitely hope those couple tips in there that really helped me. Hopefully that helps you too. Anyway, your prize for beating Blue Smelter Demon, the Mask Pharos. Mask of Pharos. Just there, Pharos mask. Just like the the daddy mask in Dark Souls 1. This is a funny one because it basically tears flow from the eyes of this mask, drenching its wearer. So while you're wearing this, it acts as if you are constantly like covered in water, which increases your fire resistance but decreases your lightning resistance. So it's definitely got a time and a place if you still haven't picked up the treasures in the Iron Keep, like in the lava and stuff like that. I guess this helps. But yeah, it's kind of silly. It's good fun. Right. Black Witch's mask. Hat, sorry. Back on. That was the final boss of the Crown of the Old Iron King DLC. Blue Smelter Demon Soul. Obviously, I don't really talk about what souls can be used for a lot of the time. But obviously, we got... where are they? Yeah, we got Fume Knight, Sir Alonne. Smelter Demon just gives you the flippin' Smelter Demon Soul. There's no, like, blue Smelter Demon Soul. It's just another Smelter Demon Soul. Soul of the Fume Knight. You can get the Fume Knight Ultra Greatsword, which is freaking cool. I believe it's one of the biggest strength scaling weapons in this game. Or you can get, like, his little sword. So you can get, like, his big sword or his little sword. But why would you ever pick the little sword? And finally, the Soul of Sir Alonne gets you his katana, the Bewitched Alonne sword, which has this really cool sort of weapon art where you can buff it by doing seppuku on yourself, which sacrifices your health in exchange for a buff. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, let's get the heck out of here. I'll need to sort out my bars again. That is the end of the DLC. However, not the end of our Dark Souls 2 adventure, because we still have Ilium Lois to explore. 3 more bosses to go, although technically 4, because one boss is actually 2 bosses. Technically 5, because the freaking Frigid Outskirts is a boss in and of itself. So guys, I'm kind of tired. You've just watched a flippin' 3.5 hour video, so you must be tired as well. But hopefully you like this format. I was quite adamant that I wanted to do these as all like individual videos. I didn't want to do them like part 1, part 2, part 3. Because I'm addicted to really long videos at the minute, so I figured maybe you guys might be too. With my souls, I'm going to go ahead and put them into... dexterity, or I can have 1 level. I can have 1 level. Ooh, for a treat. Go on. I'll probably eat a bunch of these souls and like get some... I don't really need my dex to be up really though, but what I would do if I were you is have a wee look, check there's nothing from these souls that you need. Obviously, if you're going for platinum, never eat boss souls, because a lot of them can be traded for spells. So you need all spells for the trophies and the achievements. But just check if there's anything you want, check online or ask in the comments and I'll get you. Obviously, it depends if you're going for like achievements, trophies, but just have a wee check to make sure. Like Rune Sentinel Soul, for example, that you can trade that for a sorcery. Lost Sinner, does that have a pyromancy? I can't remember. But yeah, so just make sure if you care about trophies and that, don't eat any of the boss souls before you've like traded all the spell ones first, because you need all spells for the platinum. But yeah, eat all of your souls, get your level up as high as possible, because this next and final DLC is the hardest, in my humble opinion. So thank you very much for coming along to Brume Tower with me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, then I like you back. Subscribe to see the next part of our Dark Souls 2 walkthrough, but we've also got like other Fromsoftware games videos as well, so that might be your bag while I'm creating the last one. These videos take a long time to make, so any and all interaction is much appreciated. It's nice to hear from you guys. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.